Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA sports talk.
I still think that there is just some sort of collective amnesia about what the Lakers were before LeBron got here.
Okay.
Seriously, don't okay me.
No.
You're about to dismiss me.
I am
Don't dismiss me.
Look,
that's a take. That's called a take.
I know, but I hear this take.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
This is the Rich Eisen Show. Coming up at noon after my show, it's Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app. Channel 80, everybody. Gusto is there for everybody out there who runs a small business because Gusto knows.
All right, hey.
Hello.
How are you? I'm John. That's Emily. That is the great Sua Cravens who is nights
Yes.
on a night where we have 6 NFL preseason games. We got, and it's not just the Lakers sale. We got so much stuff. So we got a really big show. But
And 10 minutes from the schedule being released.
I shouldn't say this, but I have an advanced copy.
Oh, no.
That I only got 1 minute ago.
Okay.
And they leak it to the so yeah, the Lakers schedule's out. We'll go over that. But you want to play a game. What do you want to do?
I want to play a game. So it's a game in which, have you seen this on TikTok, Sua? You try to say the same word. So you and John will try to say the same word. I'm going to count you down from 3, and it can be any word. But you want it to be kind of like 1, maybe 2 words.
Okay.
So if, for example, if me and John both said, I said elephant and he said Kesha, then we have to figure out how to get from those 2 things together.
Okay.
You got it? Without saying, and we're talking about
but
it.
we say it when you count to 3. Sue and I both say a word
At the same time. So
Okay.
I'll go 3, 2, 1,
Got
and
it.
you guys both say
Go
it.
for it.
Are you ready, Tua?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Preseason.
Okay, preseason and ketchup. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Football.
Tailgate.
Okay, we're getting closer.
We're getting close.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Kickoff.
Touchdown.
Oh,
I'm going to get it right there. Okay, kickoff.
We're close. Okay. All right. Kickoff and touchdown. 3, 2, 1.
Halftime.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Okay, penalty. I said penalty.
Halftime and penalty.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me think. It's got to be 1 word, right?
Could be like kickoff. I would count or like
Okay.
okay.
I got another one.
3, 2, 1.
Field
Fourth
goal.
quarter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting close now.
No.
We're getting close now.
I'm
Okay.
coming to you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fourth
Touchdown.
quarter.
Oh. How do you win this game?
No,
How do you get
by
this?
the way, so I have no idea how Mason and I get this in like 3 words.
And Brian
That's
and
that-
Mason always get it on the first one.
That's
for
that
some
chemistry.
reason.
Yeah.
You guys
All
have
right.
got
All
that
right.
chemistry.
Let's try it again. You guys, and we're gonna do it until you guys get it. 3, 2, 1.
Football.
Okay,
You
I'm
okay?
going. We're way off. I'm going red zone.
Okay.
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 Take a second to think.
Okay.
Okay, you this
Don't no hints.
all right.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Super
Timeout.
Bowl. Okay.
I know.
Timeout,
I'm
Super
going your
Bowl.
way. I'm going to start going your
All
way
right.
now. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Playoffs.
Championship. Okay, we're
Oh,
close.
yeah,
We're close.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Title.
Championship. Title
We're
championship.
very.
Title
Okay. Well,
championship.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Okay. All right. So John, you count me and Sua now. Okay.
Oh,
So
God,
me
I
and
gotta
Sua
do
do
it
it.
again.
Wait, why
Okay.
don't you and I?
Oh,
why
okay,
don't
okay,
Sue and
okay.
I,
Yeah,
you and
please.
So
I?
I got more.
let me give me a second so I can think of what I want to
We
say.
can do more than 1 word, right?
Yeah. Okay. You go ahead.
All right, here we
3, 2, 1.
Ted
Basketball.
Lasso.
Okay.
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 Kansas City. Okay.
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 Oh, we're in different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
No talking. No
I
talking.
know.
No
I
talking.
know. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Albuquerque. Oh, you didn't even say anything.
Because no, you jump in. Okay.
Okay.
Do the next.
Okay.
No, here we go. Count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Breaking Bad.
Okay. I was okay. There. Yeah. Okay.
Boy,
Okay.
you know what game this would be good to play it? This would be a game to play in a car.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like if you're
okay.
driving
A long
do you ever
road
play this
trip.
with your sisters?
I have. Okay.
Okay.
I think I got it now. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Vince
Cranston.
Gilligan. Okay.
Okay, we're close.
3, 2, 1.
Aaron
Walter
Paul.
White.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Jesse
Jesse
Pinkman.
Pinkman.
Okay, we got there. Okay, we got there. Okay. Now let me do me and Sua. Okay. We'll try to get in like 2 minutes.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Jaden
Pool.
Daniels.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Pool. I said
Okay,
pool.
okay.
3, 2, 1.
JJ
Toxic.
McCarthy.
Okay, I know we're going to get on the next one. We're going to get on the
I
next
don't know
one.
if we can
We're
get
gonna
here.
get on the
okay.
next one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Quarterback.
Vikings. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, you're close.
Okay.
You're close.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
NFL.
Rams.
3, 2, 1.
Steelers. We're both Steelers
All right,
fans.
that's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Mike
Broncos.
Tomlin. Oh, okay.
All right,
We didn't get it.
all right.
We were close. We're getting there.
We'll
we could get
figure
it.
it out.
Yeah.
That's a hard game.
So is it weird, you guys, that we're going to lead the show with this, but is it weird that when the Lakers schedule comes out, which was today, I just got it,
Yeah.
to somebody that works, like for you, when you were playing, the day the schedule came out feel a little bit like Christmas, like you're anticipating, because you get to set your life for the next several months.
Yeah.
Or it's a
Right?
prison.
Well, yeah,
like-
I'm type A.
Yeah.
So I want to know
Right.
ahead of time, but also depending on where you are, you're checking to see where your away games are because
Yeah.
you're like, are we playing this team in September or November? Because that changes a lot. If we got the Bears in September, cool, no
Sure.
problem.
Right.
But if
So-
I've got the Bears on Christmas Eve,
Woof.
I'm not looking forward to that game.
So, by the way, did you figure out yet that on Christmas Day in Los Angeles, Sixers Lakers at 2:00, Rams Seahawks at 5:15?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Gonna sleep
exciting.
at the stadium.
People are not. The guy who
Ours is gonna be away.
Oh, thank
so the
God.
Rams is away.
Thank
the
God.
guy who takes care of me, who runs the shuttle in Idaho that runs me back and forth to the airport's a huge sports fan. And he's a giant Rams fan, loves the Lakers. And I told him that, and he goes, "I can't believe it." He goes, "What?" He goes, "We have a deal in my family, no TV on Christmas."
No.
I go, "You got to break it this year." He goes, "I don't think I can. My mom and dad made the rule, and they're coming for Christmas."
Can he get around it by
iPhone.
saying it's a phone?
iPhone. Yeah.
It's like I'm watching on my phone. There is no TV.
Well, or he can record everything, and
Oh, I
do it
also-
the next day.
have you listened to the Bill Simmons from today?
I listened to the one he recorded yesterday about the Lakers.
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah.
I think the second part where we can talk about the Lakers stuff at some point in time today, but the youth sports thing.
No, I bailed out right when he started talking about that.
I bailed out of that because of how low he ranked swimming. I think swimming should be higher because he was ranking them by a bunch of his
Well,
own
youth
categories.
sports,
Those
swimming
that
is a really
know.
big deal. I was on a swim team, and those swim meets were packed.
I want to say it is one of the sports you will not get injured. Your kid will never get injured because I have known maybe one person get injury, and it was a freak injury where she had a paddle go between her fingers and get stitches. Everything else, no concussions, no broken bones.
You were
All your
injuring
muscles are
people
great.
when you were playing
So-
in the water.
That's
though.
water polo. That's
I'm just
different.
saying, I'm just saying.
Water polo is different, but I think you can do it the rest of your life. Swimming should be higher. I think that it should have been the top 10.
So Michael and Julie Thompson raised 3 professional athletes.
Yep.
Their oldest son, Mikey, made it to the NBA. Clay is the biggest success story, millions in the
Yes.
NBA. And then Trace, the youngest,
baseball.
played 13 years in Major League Baseball. He's winding his career down. And they gather him. And Sue, I'm curious if you'll do this one day with your kids. I don't think you will. But they gathered him around after their sophomore year of high school and goes, "Guys, no more football.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous."
If my kid's not playing quarterback, he's not playing football.
There you go.
Or you don't start them until 10th grade.
No, he's not playing football unless he's quarterback.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
Although the quarterback gets hit.
Yeah, but they're going to protect you. And you're
Yeah.
going to make a lot of money. You can be
It's the
trash
money,
at quarterback.
yeah.
If you've
Yeah,
got the
that's a fair
face
point.
and have one good year, you're going to make that money.
Even
All
you
right.
don't even have to do it in the NFL. You just have one good year in the college football.
I have the Lakers schedule. It is being
Ooh.
released in exactly 2 minutes and 6 seconds to the public. And that's when we'll join you, Sua, in for May C in 2 minutes.
A massive 87-foot wraparound high-resolution display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall sports, and check out classic films like Harry Potter, Willy Wonka, and The Matrix in the Dome. And for summer nights, the Cosm Deck is the perfect place to grab your favorite cocktail. For more information, go to Cosm.com, and I'll see you at Cosm.
From blockbuster trades and coaching moves to buzzer beaters and breaking headlines,
ESPN Los Angeles is your home for the stories that move the sports world. ESPN LA Breaking News is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Pull up, drive in, and let Valvoline's expert technicians keep your vehicle performing at its peak, so you're always ready for the next big play.
Visit SoCalOilChange.com for game-winning coupons and to find a Valvoline Instant Oil Change near you.
Keeping Southern California moving and powering ESPN LA Breaking News.
Rich Eisen here. Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge? Finding that person without sorting through resumes. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
The home of Rams football. And now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon. KSPN Los Angeles. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland is on for your Thursday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Thursday the 13th of August, 2026. Mason's vacation keeps rolling. Guess who's here sitting in for Mason today? The USC All-American, the NFL star, the one and only Sua Cravens. Oh, Sua!
If you love having fresh wild meat in your mouth, shop Wild Fork.
I want to put my meat in your mouth.
Just as we get closer and closer to kickoff of Rams and USC for the fall, plus John Ireland's here, which means we'll continue to unpack Mark Walter selling the Lakers to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. And yes, football. And yes, how about the Dodgers Royals and Freddie Freeman launching himself into a dugout last night? I mean, it was an accident, but man, don't hurt those teeth, Freddie. We'll do that, plus fun and frivolity. Producer Emily's here. Wilbert Flores sitting in for Brian Cohen and the social team in the back. And you, of course.
So with that said, let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it with Sua, the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon. Emily's here. Will Flores is here, and we're lucky to have Sua Cravens on a day where really this is the start of the NFL preseason. We had the Hall of Fame game, but tonight, Sua, 6 games, including the Chargers, and we'll get into all that later. But since I haven't seen you in a while, how surprised were you about the Lakers sale? Were you as surprised as I was?
Very.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they just sell the team? It's just it's kind of crazy what's happening right now.
Yeah, and just now, 1 minute ago, the Lakers schedule came out. So here's my early first, as you guys already knew, we're going to open the season at home against the Warriors on Wednesday, October 21st. Game 2 of the season is against the Clippers at Crypto on that Friday. So those are the first 2 games. And the Lakers' first road game will be at Utah.
And that Clippers game is going to be a Rui Hachimura return.
It is. And by the way, the following Friday, they're at Golden State on Prime, and they play the Clippers twice in the first week. So you're going to get 2 of the 4 Clipper games knocked out. Portland's coming in. And I know not everybody cares about this stuff. Pretty much it's just me and all the guys I travel with. But we're gone for Thanksgiving in San Antonio. We're gone for how about this, Sua? In New Orleans on New Year's Eve.
Uh-oh.
Now, I've been there 4 times on New Year's Eve. It's insane.
Yeah.
Nuts. There are no rules. I think we need enhanced security for that New Year's Eve game.
Yeah.
And then the other games just are. You can go online and look this up now. It's being released as we speak. The most expensive game of the year last year was the game in New York against the Knicks. That was the most expensive game of the NBA season, but that's when we had LeBron. I'm guessing Sixers-Knicks this year will be the most expensive game. That's going to be on January 30th. I'm a little bummed out, Emily. No Saturday night off in New York this year, so no SNL for me.
No. What about, so is there, the Lakers are playing the Sixers more than once, right? So what are the other Sixers times where
let me
LeBron
find
will be
it.
there?
Yeah, that is a good question. When we play at Philadelphia. So I need the red game in Philly. It is in March on Prime, on Amazon, on Thursday, March 4th.
And when's the trade deadline? Usually like early February, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And not a ton of ridiculously long trips. We do. What's weird is we go on that long New York-Boston road trip, and we play the Knicks on a Saturday night in the Garden. Then we go up to Boston and play the Celtics, and then we come back to New York to play the Nets. I don't know why they just didn't move the game, the Brooklyn game, to where the Boston game is, so we could have stayed in New York.
I have a question for you, John.
Yeah.
So is there any week of travel hell? Because remember last year when you said there was that, game in like Texas, and then you had a late flight
it was Miami. It was the worst turnaround we've ever had. We played a game in Houston that was a late start, and then we flew to Miami, lost an hour, got in at 6 a.m, and I thought there's no way we're winning this game. And that's the night that Luka dropped 60 on the Heat. So we were able to get away with it. But there are some games where you're not going to have me a lot, weeks where you're not going to have me a lot, but none, I don't see any that are like that, at least not yet. So there is a New York to Charlotte overnight, but at least we're in the same time zone.
John, do they do any fun schedule release videos like in the NFL?
No, that is not an NBA thing.
No.
So there won't be any. They used to, Trudell used to write these really deep, involved schedule, like they would leak him the schedule a couple days before, and he would do these insane deep dives. I hope they ask him to do it again, but he's not technically writing for Lakers.com anymore since he came here. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
We could do it for us. He could just do his little nerd out for us.
Yeah, we should. We should ask him to do that. The schedule, I mean, there's so much Lakers news going down with this sale. I would say, and this is a little bit interesting. In April, Sua, and this is I always think the Lakers trying to get a kiss because the league wants the Lakers in the playoffs. The last 5 games in April of the regular season are all in LA. But they're all against good teams. San Antonio, Dallas, Minnesota, and Phoenix. Dallas is the only team in that group that didn't make the playoffs last year. So all those other teams made the playoffs. So we'll see. The schedule's out. You can go online. You can take a look at it. It has just been released by the NBA. Sua, I'm wondering, there's all these videos coming out. Somebody went back and found J.J. Redick's old podcast that he had Bob Iger on. And Bob Iger was a Clippers season ticket holder back then. And everybody is gravitating towards this one clip where J.J. asked Bob, why'd you buy Clippers season tickets on Lakers? And he said, because I grew up a Knicks fan, and it would be very hard for me to root for the Lakers. So I adopted the Clippers when I moved to L.A., and I'm glad I did. I got courtside seats. They're much more affordable, and he goes into all that. I'm going to give Bob a pass on this. It's one thing to root for the Clippers or the Lakers. If you have an opportunity to buy one of them and you get it, your allegiance shifts overnight. I'll do the Steve Mason comparison. Yeah. Mason is loyal to whatever team we have a contract with. So when we had the Clippers, he was a Clippers fan. The minute we gave up the Clippers and got the Lakers, he flipped to the Lakers. When we had USC, he became a big USC fan. They left. He kind of backed out. Now we're back. with USC, so he's a USC fan again. I think your loyalties can be where your business interests
where the money
lie.
resides.
Right. If they're going to, like, I remember Henry Bibby, the old USC basketball coach, and they said, how could you take the USC job? You're a former UCLA All-American. You won championships at UCLA. And Henry Bibby said, because UCLA didn't offer me the head coaching job.
Well,
I mean, I don't think it's fair to criticize Iger for a podcast he did 5 years ago when he didn't own the Lakers or the Clippers.
Well,
Do you?
No, but speaking for myself, I'd never do what Mr. Bibby did. UCLA could offer me a job, and they're going to get a no every single time.
I disagree with you.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, no, I think if Bob Chesney called you and said,
you don't know who you're talking to there.
Okay, well, let me throw this at you, and said, hey, man, our defense is broken. Our recruiting in L.A., in Southern California, stinks.
Yeah.
You can help me in both areas. I know you're a Trojan, but I'll pick you the highest paid defensive coordinator in college football.
No, thank you.
You're not doing it.
No, thank you.
Really?
Look, I stopped playing NFL football off principle.
What was the principle?
You know, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that
But
fans,
give me the short version.
Just politics.
They asked you to do something you weren't comfortable doing?
Just you can't speak your mind. There's certain things that they don't allow you to say. There's certain political things they don't want you doing, even if you don't believe in it. And now it's just some things where I'm like, you know what? It's not worth the grind and all that. So if I'm willing to step away from something I worked my entire life for as a kid, from that principle, I'm definitely not switching up my principle for a
There are
brand.
people that will stand on principle no matter what. Mostly it's people that are financially secure, so you must be. But a lot of people won't.
I've been told when I wasn't financially secure it's because I was being hard-headed. So I guess it switches.
Good for
I think Sua's both feet are always securely glued on business.
Okay.
That's what I know about him.
Well, wait a minute. That
Thank
means
you,
so
Emily.
you think he would take the
No,
UCLA
like
gig?
I'm 10
No.
toes down standing on business. My
Yeah.
principles.
His principles. Okay, I have a question about Bob Iger. So you brought up that he was Clippers season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Is good friends with Chris Paul, and that's why people are having the smoke around. Maybe Chris Paul will be involved with this. But I want to add this too. So David McMenamin this morning released a kind of like a temperature check around the league with anonymous executives, and it said that he said, quote, Bob Iger, and Adam Silver are close. They're not just business close; they're vacation together close. So
That's
if the
a
Lakers,
good thing for the Lakers.
yeah, if
Trust
the Lakers get in hot water in some way, shape, or form, I'm assuming Adam Silver were coming to save his vacation buddy.
I don't know to save him, but I don't think Adam Silver in any way likes to go against the owners. That's why I don't think Steve Ballmer is going to get a serious punishment. I think that Kawhi might. I think the Clippers
I don't
might.
think Kawhi cares.
I know he doesn't care.
He's chilling.
Yeah, and either does Uncle Dennis. Everybody yelling at Uncle Dennis. How could you ask for those
They're
things?
made in
Because
the
he
shade.
doesn't work for the NBA.
Yeah, they're made in the shade.
Yeah. So, I think that's a good thing that he is close with Bob Iger. But we asked David Stern years ago when he was on the show, and this quote went viral. We said, what's your ideal NBA Finals matchup? Will you even answer that question? And he said, Lakers versus Lakers. He goes, that's what would give us the most money. He goes, you get the Lakers in the finals. If you got the Lakers and the Knicks in the finals, it would be the most lucrative finals ever, even more than Lakers
I was
Celtics.
going to say more than Lakers Celtics?
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL would probably say Cowboys versus Cowboys if
Right.
he had the opportunity. That's the Yankees versus Yankees. Yankees versus Dodgers is as close that we're going to get to it. There's always a favorable thing for the league. Whatever's good for the league would be the biggest brands possible against each other.
So it'll be. I think Bob Iger owning the Lakers is going to turn out to be a good thing, but I don't know. I mean, it's one day old, and even Bob says he doesn't know what they're doing. He says it's so new, we haven't figured out what we're doing.
Well,
the one thing he did say is we're going to honor Mark Walter's agreement with Jeannie to let her stay as governor. So Jeannie's going to be, if she wants to. I mean, Jeannie may walk away, but it's going to be up to her.
You asked a question in your email of like, do they realize what they have?
Yeah.
You know, both Josh and Bob Iger. Is that
Well,
but
that's more of a question for Josh. I think Bob Iger knows what he has. He lives in Southern California. His wife is the dean of the USC Communications School.
He's also acquired heritage franchises before, like the Lucasfilm, like Pixar, like 21st Century Fox. Like he's like Marvel. He knows what it means to people to have that change hands. And he did well with those for as long as he was in charge of those.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, coming up next, and I'm glad Sue is here. There was something that happened in the Dodger game last night that made absolutely zero sense to me, but I'm not a former professional athlete. Sua Cravens is. So we'll find out if the Royals did Freddie Freeman dirty last night. I think they did. We'll see what Sua thinks. That's next. Sua in for Mace. Emily's here. Will Flores sitting in for BC. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in sports, you got to have the right team in your corner. Same goes for after an accident. That's why when people ask me who to call, I say it's easy. I tell them to call my guy. I got a guy. Attorney Big Al. Big Al's been helping accident victims across California for more than 15 years. He's an LA native, a huge sports fan. Wait till you hear him go. And he knows that after a crash, things get overwhelming fast. Between dealing with insurance companies trying to rip you off, trying to get your car fixed, trying to find the right doctors if you're hurt, it can be a lot. Can turn your whole world upside down. That's where Big Al and his team will step in for you. So lock this number in your phone. 1-800-HURT-123. 1-800-HURT-123. They'll help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and help you understand what you may be entitled to. And here's the biggest thing. Don't let the insurance company call the plays. Call 1-800-HURT-123 or visit attorneybigalca.com.
Attorney Big Al's attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is your Thursday afternoon, Mason in Ireland. Sua Cravens sitting in for Mace today. And by the way, Saturday, Rams preseason game number 1. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. You will hear the one and only Sua Cravens and producer Emily as part of the Rams broadcast team this season. It begins Saturday, 11 a.m. Preseason game 1, the Rams and the Chiefs. Right here on your home of Rams football, ESPN LA. Now, more of Sua along with Johnny I, John Ireland. Mason in Ireland rolls on your Thursday on ESPN LA.
Mason in Ireland, Sua Cravens in for Mace.
This was Freddie last night.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. And Sue, I'm very anxious in your opinion. Bergman's coming in later with Boys in Blue. We'll bring it back up with Greg later. But here's the situation. Royals are a terrible team this year. They're about to get swept.
Yeah.
I think it's the 8th inning of a 3-game sweep where they're about to get swept. Pop up, foul ground, first base side.
Yeah.
Royals are in the first base dugout. Freddie Freeman drifts over to the dugout. He's starting to run out of room, and he falls down an entire flight of stairs with at least 4 staff members from the Royals standing there watching him fall. I don't know the severity of his injuries. He did not hit his head, which is good. He talked to the media after the game. He said, I'm sore all over.
He's okay.
I don't know if I'm going to play against Milwaukee tonight, and it's a huge series tonight, probably an NLCS preview. But here's my question. I understand that if this was the World Series or the playoffs, and this was a close game between 2 competitive teams, that maybe you don't lend a hand to an opposing player. But the Royals are dead last. They're a 40-win team. They have 40 games left in the season. It's almost over. Freddie Freeman's going to the Hall of Fame. You really want to do a guy like that? You want to let him fall potentially face first down a flight of stairs when all you got to do is step to him and put your hands there to keep him from falling? I thought what they did was BS. But you played professional sports. Yeah. I didn't. What's your take?
I would never expect the team to help me, the opposite team to help me ever. If you're saying that you can see them, you can be okay with them doing the exact same thing if it's in the World Series or the playoff, but you're not okay because they're a losing team, so they should offer aid to a Dodgers player, I think that's where the gray area is and where you'll get a lot of
I guess what my argument is there are times where you need to just be a person. Well, all right? And like I'm trying to come up with what a football equivalent.
You're running out of bounds.
You can't on a football equivalent because it's like,
okay, well, what if you're running full speed towards the opponent's sideline and you're about to, like, run into the table, knock over the Gatorade,
are you
maybe
still
hurt
in bounds
yourself?
to catch that ball to extend the drive?
You're trying to make a play. You're a defensive player. You're trying to intercept a pass.
Mm-hmm. It
sails over your head, but you're going full speed, and you're about to run into a bench, a wall, whatever. The opposing guys wouldn't, like, grab you?
See, but that's different. If the ball's way out of bounds and I can't make a play on it.
Well, the ball had already fallen. He didn't catch it.
But Freddie was trying to make a play.
Right.
He could have made that play, even falling into the mound. If he wanted to, if he really wanted to sell out, he could have dove, did the dramatic, really injured himself trying to make a play on that ball because if he caught it, it would have been an out.
Correct.
In your example, you're saying the ball's over my head and I can't make a play on it, in which if the play is over and I'm going to endanger myself, the team's going to grab me because the play is over. I can no longer hurt their team in that play.
Your argument is as long as that ball is potentially still live, you can't help it.
If it's a live ball and I'm running unaware of my surroundings and I'm about to run into something, I will never expect the team to be like, hey, look out. Ever.
All right, let me make a couple of caveats here so I'm explaining this right. First of all, Jerry Hairston, who does a great job on the Sportsnet LA postgame show, made this point over and over. He said, you can't blame the Royals players because there weren't any players at that end of the dugout. No. And he's right. They were staffers on the end of the dugout. And to their credit, as soon as Freddie went down the stairs, they all checked on him. The Dodger trainer ran out of the dugout. The Dodger players ran over to check on him. And he actually stayed in the game for one more defensive batter. But then he was due up first the next inning, and they took him out because he was hurting. Emily, what do you think? Should the Royals staffers have helped Freeman?
I think in that moment, your instinct should be to help somebody. Because that could, he could, for all we know, he could have cracked his neck and died. Like, people can die falling down a flight of stairs. Didn't happen. But I think the least you could do is go, whoa, 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 like as loud as you can. Like, you're good. The stairs are right there. But I do feel like Freddie also, like, should kind of know where he is at the same time. I know he probably had a mistake, but
so you don't have as much of a problem as I do with what they did.
I'm not totally upset with the Royals because also for all I know, there's a rule you can't touch somebody from
There isn't. Yeah. But I mean, normally this is one of those things in sports, Sua, where there are certain times where it's okay to be civil to the opponent. I know you're trying to beat him. The equivalent would be like, I don't know if this happened when you played, but a lot of times like guys will be trying to rip each other's heads off for 3 hours, and then they'll do a group prayer with both teams on the field afterwards, where all the Christian guys
They're
will
not playing anymore.
meet in the middle. But so that's your point. That is if
the game is
ball
over.
is live, even for a last place team.
I'm trying to kill you.
Even for a last place team.
We'd be in a group chat with my friends before a game. If I'm about to play against my boy, I'd be like, hey, I pray you don't think you're about to scramble to my side because I'm trying to break your leg, bro. Like, it's just a part of the job.
I feel like the last place thing has less to do with it than anything because I feel like if you should have respect for yourself to play the same way.
The point I'm trying to make by mentioning last place team is there were almost no stakes here.
I mean, not for those players.
If they were playing a charity game, I guarantee you they would have.
But
helped
like,
them.
if you're watching, say, it's the Raiders' last game of the season, and they're not playoff bound, they're playing against the Broncos that are.
Yeah.
Do you think those guys on the field for the Raiders who are fighting for a contract, who need this film, who like this is now a tryout for the team I'm going to be on next year? You think I'm caring about these guys because they're in contention and we aren't?
Even if the guy, like Emily said, could get seriously injured
then
if you
don't come
step
out
in.
here. That we
Okay.
accept that.
Okay.
When you step on the football field, that is the reality on every play. No, the crowd isn't screaming for the receiver going over the middle when Brian Dawkins is getting ready to decapitate the guy. Watch out. They're going to get mad at him for having alligator arms for not catching the ball. So that's what I'm saying. When are we drawing the line here?
Will Flores, how about you? Should the Royals have helped Freeman, or is Sua right? You're trying to beat him, don't help him.
I agree with Sua because at the end of the day, they did go check on him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, hey, like they didn't care at all.
Not like he fell and they were like,
yeah, it
oh
was after
man,
the play.
Dodgers get him.
He tried to make a play on the ball. So I think at the end of the day, they did check on him. I mean, honestly, it looks like they were just kind of watching him too to see if he could make the play.
Yeah. I may be in the minority here. Bergman's going to come in later. We're going to talk about it. All right, here's another idea I have, and we'll throw this at Greg, too, for Boys in Blue next hour. But, Sua, since we're talking Dodgers. Again last night, and they've done this repeatedly, the Dodgers were out of challenges by the fifth inning. And the way the challenge system works, each team gets two. A batter or a catcher can institute a challenge. Okay, so if the catcher, they call it a ball, the catcher thinks it was a strike, he taps his helmet, they review it. Same thing with the batter. The Dodgers are continually putting themselves in a situation where 7th, 8th, 9th inning, no challenges. And last night, one of those challenges, had they had one, would have ended in inning. They ended up winning the game anyway. But I think if I'm Dave Roberts, I would go to my team today.
Tell them stop challenging?
This is what I would say. I would say, because it's not enough. You can't look to the dugout. You got to do it right away.
Yeah.
It's up to the players.
Yeah.
I would say to my players, all right, unless it's ball 4 or strike 3, and there are runners in scoring position,
don't challenge.
Don't challenge.
Yeah.
Save those so we haven't. Michael and I make the same argument in the NBA. Don't use your challenge in the first quarter. You might need it in the fourth when the game's on the line. Who cares?
I really think this is an Andy Pajes problem, okay? So it's back-to-back nights where it was his fault.
Alex Call once challenged twice on the same at-bat.
I understand, but it's not like he's doing it every game. At this point in time, it's Andy Pajes almost every game, and it's also the most blatant ones. It was almost like middle. I think somebody in the Dodgers staff needs to yell in his face. Be like, of all people, you, Andy Pajes, cannot. Not in the first inning. Not with one runner on base, maybe. This cannot be you. I think it's Andy Pajes' problem more than anybody else, and it's going to cost you in the postseason, especially because he's a great batter. He's really great offensively. He needs to understand his role. I think it's his problem more than anything else because we've talked about this before, where sometimes the ABS might be the most leveraged position scenario. Could be that its bases loaded in the first inning, and you need that challenge. I just think that it's Andy Pajes should be the person not allowed to challenge ABS.
I would make it universal, Sua. I would tell every player, hey, if it's not the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning,
don't do it.
And we don't have runners in scoring position, and it's not going to end your at bat. Like you're either going to walk or strike. And then I'll give you some leeway.
Yeah.
But if you're just challenging because you're bent, that you think it was a strike, why are we wasting a challenge there?
I would tell everybody that rule except Shohei. I'd be like, Shohei can challenge whenever he wants.
Shohei plays by his own
He can
rules.
challenge even if the pitch hasn't been thrown yet.
I think Andy Pajes needs to get the same glasses that Max Muncy had that made him such a great hitter.
The crystal clear glasses.
Yeah, I think he needs that to see his own strike zone because clearly he's really off on it.
All right, another great question coming next for Sua. And this story is just freaky weird. If you win the Heisman Trophy, at your school, should they retire your number automatically? We'll get into it next, and I'll explain why this is an issue. Sua in for Mace. Emily's here. Will's here. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about one of my go-to spots, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. Whether you're grilling at home.
You actually go to this place, right?
I go to this place all the time. I spend my own money there.
Somebody told me to ask you about this. I didn't know you were doing a spot, but somebody told me, ask Sua, it's the real deal.
It's the real deal. No, like my entire freezer is filled with Wild Fork. I used to order from a farm. I used to spend thousands of dollars trying to get Wild Fork into my house. Or not Wild Fork, but from a farm. I go to Wild Fork now, it's butchered, it's chopped, it's blast frozen, it is guaranteed. And whether you're willing to grill at home, hosting friends, or just stocking up for the week, Wild Fork makes it easy to find exactly what you need. They've got everything from everyday proteins and sides to over 40 types of grinds, plus a huge selection of seafood and even exotic meats to switch things up. And what stands out to me is the variety and consistency. The largest selection you'll find in one meat and seafood market with quality you can trust and prices that make it easy to shop whenever you want. They have 11 locations around SoCal. You can order online for quick, convenient delivery. You're never too far from a great meal. Check them out at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
How are you? It's Dr. Robert Clapper. Guess what? The Weekend Warriors Show is back Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA, thanks to Cedars-Sinai. Cedars-Sinai is a global leader in orthopedics, offering a range of solutions in all orthopedic subspecialties to get you back to doing the things you love. Don't miss the Weekend Warriors Show with me, Dr. Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
We're going to get into that Heisman question in about a minute and a half, but it's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen all day for your chance to win tickets to experience Cosm and see why it's one of the most immersive ways to watch sports and entertainment. Feel like you're right in the middle of all the action with Cosm's shared reality experience. Visit Cosm.com for more information.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The biggest show on the radio.
Simmer down. Just simmer down.
Turn the temperature down a
Did
little.
everybody's mom say simmer down?
I
That
will
was like a
say
common thing in my
that would
house.
never work on me. To tell me to chill out.
Oh, simmer down, man.
Mason and Ireland on 710. Back to the guys.
All right, today it's Sua in Ireland. Sua Craven's nice enough to join us. Your life's about to get busy as football season's rolling in.
Man.
Do you like it better? Do you like summer better when you can do your own thing and play golf, or do you like when the football season starts because that's kind of your bread and butter?
I love football. I love college football. Like, looking forward to my weekends. I can't wait for fantasy to ruin my Sundays, and it's just a tradition, you know.
All right, I'm glad you are here because the school you went to, USC, If you win the Heisman Trophy, no one else is wearing your number.
Retire it immediately.
They put it on a jersey and stick it in the end zone for everybody to see. Even OJ's number, with everything
What's wrong with OJ?
With everything he's gone through, is still retired at USC.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, who won the Heisman Trophy at LSU, is mad at the school and has demanded that it stop using his name, image, and likeness after Lane Kiffin gave his number 5 to a new Tigers player. It's a corner. When he was being recruited by Brian Kelly, he said, Coach, I've worn number 5 my whole life.
I'm not coming
if
unless
I come
I get
to
number
LSU, I'm going to wear number 5 or I'm not coming. And Brian Kelly said, we'll work it out. You can wear number 5. Now, when he got there, Brian Kelly called Jaden Daniels and said, Jaden, I just out of respect, I'm going to give this kid your number. And Jaden said, no, you're not. That means a lot to me. Don't do it. And Brian said, well, if you feel that strongly, I'll tell him he can't wear it. So he wore number 3 last year. But you know Lane Kiffin well.
Kiffin don't give a
Lane
damn.
do not care about anything that happened behind him. Lane probably doesn't even have a rearview mirror in his car.
No, I will say Lane, when he recruited
Lane is
me.
about business.
When he recruited me, he knew. Like, I'm a 5-star. Y'all boys is coming off sanctions.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere in the country, and I got people offering me that check to go anywhere but USC, Lane.
Yeah.
If I go to USC for the free ski, you best believe I'm wearing number 21.
And that was,
no
was that your number
argument.
throughout your life?
That's my. I had it tatted on my arm right here.
Okay, so it's very.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Who's right here, Jaden Daniels or Lane?
Lane, because I'm the head coach and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get these recruits in. Secondly, it's not LSU tradition to immediately retire any Heisman Trophy winner's jersey. Joe Burrow's jersey, and I'd argue, had a much better career at LSU in 1 year. His jersey's not retired.
Joe Burrow, to your point, may have had the best year
Ever.
a college quarterback has ever had in the history of the
So
sport.
apparently the tradition of LSU is they wait at least 5 years for a former player to be gone or removed before they decide to retire a jersey. So I think in this point in time, Jaden Daniels has no case to be upset because Joe Burrow ain't upset. And I know they're going to say, well, nobody's worn number 9. Well, maybe no 5-star recruit has came and said, I want number 9 or I'm not coming. Because I guarantee if they had a Caleb Williams type talent saying, I want to wear number 9 and I'll come to LSU and I'll give you a discount, they would be like, hey, Joe, checking in. We're about to give this 9 to somebody else. So until it's a tradition that's set in stone where we retire these jerseys immediately after or a certain period of time, you're not entitled to that respect. And you should want the school to honor you, not give them an ultimatum and force them to do it for you.
I'm glad you went there because I actually think if you win the Heisman Trophy, they should retire your number.
100%. 100%.
But to your point, that is not the policy at LSU. As a matter of fact, if you guys go read up on this, the policy at LSU is there's only one number that no one can ever wear again there. It's the first Heisman Trophy winner, Billy Cannon, who wore number 20 in the 50s. In the early 2000s, they made a policy that even if your number's retired, we can issue it. It's at the discretion of the head coach. So Lane is within the rules that LSU has established. It's just a matter of if Lane should have done it. Now, let me, because I know you and I both agree, if you win the Heisman, you should get your number retired. But since that's not the policy, let me kind of agree with you on
And here's
something.
a note, too. Like, no one has worn Joe Burrow's number since Joe Burrow.
Or Jaden Daniels' number.
Yeah.
So
until this season.
Right. So, but to Sua's point, and I think that you went right to the place where I was hoping you would go. Getting your jersey number retired is an honor.
It's an honor.
It's not a right.
No.
For Jaden, and I like Jaden. I've always liked him. He's
Great
a Southern
player.
California kid.
Great player, IE. Shout out Cajon.
Yeah. I like Jaden a lot. I've always liked him.
But he didn't win a national title.
He went 10
to SEC
he went 10 and
championship
3.
game.
You transferred there.
Well, so did
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow had the greatest.
Right.
He went
Give you
16-0, went to
Give
national
you
championship,
started.
had the
Yes.
one of the greatest careers of any
Yes.
college football player
Yes.
in a
Arguably the
season.
greatest season any college football quarterback has ever had. Not, he was good for his time. No. One season, Joe Burrow is at the top of the top in comparison to any other college quarterback ever for one season.
If you ask me to think of the greatest moment of Jaden Daniels as an LSU Tiger, I can't give it to you because his season, to me, even his
They
Heisman
lost
season,
2 games that year.
was forgettable.
Right. He was unbelievable. let me establish this, and you're with me on this. I believe if I was a college athletic director or a college president, if Sua Cravens wins the Heisman Trophy playing for me, no one else wearing that number ever. You just won the Heisman. But since that's not the policy, Lane's just operating within the rules. Lane's first game as LSU's head coach is coming up. If this corner says, and that's the other thing I wanted to ask you, is it unusual for a player to be that married to a number?
No, it's everything. That's assumed. I had a guy, my second year on the Skins, DJ Swearinger got traded to us. He paid me 100 bands for number 36 to honor Sean Taylor's rookie jersey that I wore my rookie year. So, like, I get it. Guys, they want certain jersey numbers. Guys will do X, Y, and Z to get it.
He gave you $100K?
100,000. I mean, that's what we negotiated to.
Right. Good. Why? Can you want to be my
because
agent?
The jersey meant something to me too at the time. Like
Yeah.
I was a rookie there. I wore 36. Like I was playing well until I got hurt. So like giving it up wasn't easy. So I was like, hey, if you want it, let's see how bad you want it, because I kind of want to hang on to it, and there wasn't many options out there for me.
So, let me ask you how you would have handled this. You've probably heard this story, but I haven't told it on the air in a long time. When Deshaun Jackson was coming out of Long Beach Poly, he was being recruited by USC, and he wanted to wear the number 1. He felt about the number 1 like you feel about the number 21.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Pete Carroll, and he said, if I come there, you got to let me wear number 1. And Mike Williams was an All-American and was already wearing number 1.
You're not taking Mike's number.
And, well, I think what Pete said was, you can talk to Mike, and that would be between you two.
I have another story for you.
But I'm not, as the coach, going to tell Mike to change his number. And Deshaun said, well, then I'm going to Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete said, then you're going to Cal.
Hey, congrats, Cal.
Did Pete handle that correctly?
Yes. My sophomore year, I was the first true freshman to start in 12 years. I was All-American my freshman year. I was 21. My second year, I got a phone call from Gardena, California. Mr. Adoree Jackson and T. Martin were on the phone. And Adoree said, or T. Martin goes, Sua, Adoree's on the phone. I know you know him. He wants to ask you something. And Adoree goes, man, what do I have to do to get 21 off of you? And I laughed very loud and said, that's never going to happen. And that was the end of the conversation.
2 feet glued on business.
And Adoree wore number 2. And Adoree would corroborate that entire story.
Okay. Had he come at you with $100,000 like that guy on the Commanders did, would you have
USC
considered
would be
it?
back on sanctions, and we would all time.
But he could pay under the table. Would you have considered it for money?
So there was only one exception I would have made, and at this point it was illegal. But I always wanted to wear it. I said, I'll wear 0. If you can get me number 0, Adoree can have 21.
Why wouldn't you? Why can't you wear number 0?
You couldn't wear 0 back then, just like the lineman couldn't wear single digit.
Oh,
it was a whole I was like, I want to be the first in college football to wear number 0, because I was a Gilbert Arenas fan, and I liked the number 0, just how it looked. I mean,
of course.
So I was like, you know what?
I was working the game the night he dropped 60 on
there you go.
And at the time, it may still be. I'd have to look it up. At the time, it was the most points an opponent had ever dropped on the Lakers in Staples Center.
Yeah, he had that strap on him. And I mean that in 2 different ways. But, yes, number 0 is what I wanted to wear, and, it couldn't happen. So, obviously, they're like, okay, so Sua's keeping 21.
All right, since we're talking college football, so you think that Lane handled it correctly, this corner's going to wear number 5. Oh, and Emily, thank you for doing this. Can you scroll back up to where you put Jaden Daniels' response?
Yes, I can do that 1 second.
Daniels realized what Sue and I were talking about, that this was not a good look.
Yeah.
That he was demanding LSU make this kid give up the number.
Why don't I read it? I'll read it right now.
So you just pulled it up. Okay, yeah, go for it. Go ahead and read it. So here was Jaden's response today.
So he said this on his Instagram story. He says, I've been locked in on training camp, and that's been my number 1 focus. I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU. My hope is that it will get done privately. My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust this can be resolved.
All right, my guess is you got help writing that, and whoever wrote it did a really good job, because, Sue, the other thing is, you and I both commented, it's not a good look for you to demand anything when it's an honor. But the other thing is, if I'm a Commanders fan, and you played for him, and I'm going,
I play for the Skins.
Yeah, well, and I You're talking to the
Trust
least
me,
politically correct
I
person
hate when
you
people
will
say,
ever
"Oh,
meet.
you played for the Commanders." I'm like,
played
absolutely
for the
not.
Redskins.
Absolutely
okay.
not.
So, when if I'm back when you played a Redskins fan or now a Commanders fan, and my young quarterback who took me to the NFC Championship game 2 years ago is worried about this when we're in a division with the Cowboys, I'm like, what's up with my dude?
See, I don't even think it was him. I don't think it was
maybe
him.
his family or his lawyer or
Man, we know who it was. We know who's pulling the strings.
somebody in his family.
Yeah, somebody.
She's been involved before. We know the
Somebody
story.
somebody in the boys in the back room want to throw his mom under the bus.
Look,
but
look.
do you think she's driving the bus here?
She is driving the bus to his career. Nothing go through to Jaden without her having her hands on it, which is fine. But
We've had news about this before. She's talked about the idea of him not dating anybody while he's playing, which is his prerogative, I guess.
Well, since we're demanding things, I was technically a freshman first-team All-American and like a third-team All-American my junior year because I couldn't define my position. I demand USC put me on the All-American walk at the McCain, or I want all the pictures of me taken down.
Yeah.
Nobody should wear 20. This is an outrage.
By the way, just you saying that
it sounds
like
crazy.
Drives home how nuts
It
this
sounds
all is.
crazy.
Yeah.
I want to give, before we move on to do icebreakers, I want to give a little update for the Rams. This is from Sarah Barshop. She said that we have a starting quarterback for Saturday. It might not be what everyone was originally thinking, but it will be. Stetson Bennett will be the starting quarterback in Kansas City for the preseason opener. And she also says that Ty Simpson will also play. I'm not sure if it's going to be half 50-50, 1 quarter, 3 quarters, some sort of mixture of that. That is kind of contrary to what's usually been happening with the Rams. Usually the named backup will be sitting out because they want to protect him from getting injured. So this makes me think that they are going to get somebody else to be the backup for the Rams. Additionally, Rams offensive coordinator, who was the passing game coordinator previously, Nate Shieldhouse will call plays. This isn't the first time this has happened too.
Yeah,
Aubrey Pleasant did in the previous
did it about a year ago, and McVay is very generous with his assistants, and that's one of the reasons why I think we're up to 5 former Sean McVay assistants
that are head coaches now.
That are head coaches, whether it be Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, both LaFleur's in Arizona and Green Bay, Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, and I'm probably leaving a couple more people out. But McVay's great with his assistants. All right, coming up next is icebreakers. Emily will throw that at us. Sua in for Mace today. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA. Let me tell you about our friend Jacob and Ronnie. This is a true story. Last night I got a text from a friend of mine. He goes, a good friend of mine has been in an accident. Can you connect me with Jacob? And I said, of course I can. And now I can connect you with Jacob at this phone number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789. The best thing about Jacob is the consultation is free, and here's the most important thing to remember. You only pay him if he wins. So if you've been wronged in any type of legal situation, call Jacob. 800-345-6789. It costs you nothing but time because he's not taking any money for the consultation, and he's not taking any money from you ever unless he wins. That's peace of mind. 800-345-6789 or call jacob.com. And a reminder for LAFC fans, come to BMO Stadium before Saturday's LAFC game between 3:30 and 7 for the LAFC Fan Fest. You can get exclusive Call Jacob merch at the Call Jacob booth. He'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there. The law offices of Jacob M. Ronnie.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo, good times.
You know, we talk a lot about winning culture in sports, but Mike, you've built that same thing here at Rotolo Chevrolet.
That's exactly right, Travis. For me, it's simple. Take care of your people and they'll take care of the customer.
And it shows. I mean, award-winning dealership, huge reputation across SoCal, and that doesn't happen by accident.
I'm a big believer in no shortcuts. We believe in doing the right thing every time. When your team feels trusted, they step up.
Sounds like a championship mindset to me.
That's the goal. Build a team that wins for our customers every single day.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Visit Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh, it's Icebreakers time. Oh, right. That's right. The big voice guy.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka. Your fit-friendly vodka with no sugar added, 64 calories an ounce, and keto-friendly. Let's do it. Icebreakers, presented by Blue Ice Vodka on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
All right, almost halfway through August. Here's where we stand with the Icebreakers tally. We got John with minus 29. He started the month off minus 52. Mason is still in the lead with 15, with the others close behind at 12. Sue has won this a couple of times, so look out, John.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. For 10 points, I was born in Milwaukee in 1956. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia when I was 8 years old. For 9 points, I've appeared in 2 episodes of the CBS show Ghosts. I have also been in insurance commercials.
Okay.
For 8 points, I wrote a book that came out in 2017.
I have an idea, but I need one more clue.
7 points. I graduated from the University of Georgia.
Ireland.
Go ahead.
It's Ernie Johnson.
It is Ernie Johnson. I tried to hold the Georgia off as much as I could.
All right, how many points do I get there?
You got 7 points with that one.
I need them.
But if you didn't know this about Ernie Johnson, he played baseball at the University of Georgia. His father played baseball with the Braves, the Milwaukee and Boston Braves. Baltimore Orioles, was a play-by-play guy as well, etc. I had this for yesterday because I thought I was making it, and I thought it would be a little more competitive with Michael and Pepe here. But good job, John.
All right, Icebreaker sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka, made from Idaho potatoes and pristine Teton water for a smoother, creamier, cleaner cocktail with no sugar, just 64 calories an ounce. Look for Blue Ice wherever you shop for spirits. Blue Ice Vodka, as pure as the Tetons. Have I given you a bottle of Blue Ice yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my family knocked it off.
Okay, good. Because I you gave me shoes and I gave you vodka. That's a fair, equitable
Did he get you the
trade.
Huckleberry?
Yeah, it was a Huckleberry.
You took the Huckleberry. Did you have any vodka when you stayed at my house?
I did. It's amazing. I love it with I love a little tonic, and then the Huckleberry vodka. It's great.
Beautiful. All right, so I held this until I knew I'd going to be working with you because I want to get you played at a high level in college and a high level in the NFL. I think I've told you this before. I live 2 doors down from Bruce Feldman, the college football reporter. Yeah, he's awesome. He's the best college football
dox
reporter.
Bruce. People be mad at Bruce sometimes.
Yeah, but he's great. For my money, best college football reporter in the country. So Bruce was talking about I was on with Pablo Torre. And the Pablo Torre finds out the subject was what has happened to University of North Carolina football.
Yeah.
And Bruce was talking about the incompetence of Mike Lombardi. I'm going to play something for you from Bruce talking about Lombardi, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Here's Bruce.
And what Lombardi really cuts at is the roster and what you get to put on the field and why that's so critical. And the arrogant piece of it is coming in thinking he knew better than all these people who've worked in college football for a long time. I go back to this one line I had heard last year from somebody who'd worked there, was like him kind of lecturing somebody going, you don't know what it takes to play in the National Football League. Even just saying it, the National Football League, just sounds completely arrogant and self-indulgent, right? But the fact that he said it in that tone and in that context, that person may not know what it takes to play in the National Football League, but that person knows way more about what it takes to be a good college football player. And that's the world you're in. And until you reconcile that, you're going to be a detriment to your boss.
All right. So, Sua, is it that different coaching major college football versus coaching in the NFL?
Yes. You're, especially in this day and age where these guys are getting paid, NIL, transfer portal, you cannot hard-nosed coach the way you used to be able to back when I was playing. Back when I was playing, they would kick guys off the team. Like, you're soft. Get out. I don't care if you were a 5-star. Get out. You're stealing from the school. It's the waste of a scholarship. We are not renewing after 1 year. Back when I was there, they just made the rule where you had to renew your scholarship each year. They would tell guys, no, you're just a student now. Full ride for academics, but you are not on the football team anymore. Now you can't do that. And you piss a recruit off, a 5-star recruit, you've paid $200,000, I'm transferring, and I'm pocketing the money.
So Lombardi probably won't be back. He's been sent out on administrative leave. His title is GM of the North Carolina football program, but he's not working there right now. If Belichick has another losing season, if he's another 4-win season, is he done?
Yeah,
2 years and done?
I think so. It's tough because when he was coming down from the NFL or out of retirement to be a college football coach, I'm like, I don't know if Belichick is the guy to coach college athletes. Like that no-nonsense, black and white, y'all listen to me, shut up or else approach is not going to work in college. In the NFL, yeah, that can work because, it's a 32 team. It's a private organization. You can't transfer. If I decide you're a cancer, I'm going to tell every other team that you're a cancer. And most likely you're not going to get picked up. So I have a little bit more power for do what I say or else on top of a Super Bowl pedigree.
But I have a question, though. It seems, though, so there's coaches like Dan Lanning who seems like a guy that is not that. He's a great coach, but he values these kids and, is kind of on their level, a cool coach, one would say. But Kurt Cignetti just won the national title, and he seems kind of like an old school guy.
But Kurt's not putting himself first. He's not leading with.
I mean, his face is on the NCAA 2027.
That's true, but Kurt is not a guy that's saying, we're winning because of all of me. Kurt is a good enough coach to be like, no, we have these talented players on the team that take coaching, and that's why we were able to compete and execute. It isn't I'm the genius and everybody else needs me type of approach. And when the NFL guys come down to the college level, it seems like, as we've just heard, it seems like there's this sense of I know more, I'm better, and if you don't listen to me, you're wrong and I'm right no matter what. And as we saw their first few seasons, that doesn't seem like you guys know what you're doing then.
Like he's going in it with like a lack of curiosity to how college football is operated, as opposed like he didn't surround himself with the best college football people. He surrounded himself with people he had previously worked with the NFL level.
And by the way, I'm seeing I'm in the YouTube chat. By the way, everybody wants you to go into the YouTube chat. They're all telling me, get Sue in there.
Sorry,
get
guys,
Sue
I've been
there.
on Twitter.
But there was somebody, let me give this guy a little credit, Sean, who says nobody wants to play football at UNC. That's not true.
That's not true.
Lawrence Taylor went to University of North Carolina.
Would
Drake
turn,
May.
Man, there's a bunch of people that
Omarion Hampton.
Bro, there's a bunch of ballers that came out of North Carolina. But
Jeff Saturday.
Giovanni Bernard. But there's my whole point
Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky, yeah.
that would make Sean's point.
The fact that you decided before you even got to that college level that you can no longer learn is where you went wrong. The moment you decide in life you no longer can learn and I know everything is when you're doomed. And it seems like that was the approach of this UNC coaching staff. And I got friends on that coaching staff. And I ask questions like, hey, you good? All the time check in, like, what's going on over there? But I don't know. I like Belichick's son. I like how he.
Steve.
I've spoken to him a few
Because he was
times.
with Washington previously, right?
I've spoken to him a few times as well over the years, and like he seems to be a little bit more connected to like understanding the landscape and what these kids want to do, and leaning towards more of the nuanced approach to college recruiting and handling these guys. But I think Bill and with his whole girlfriend situation.
Would that be if you were playing for him? Would that be weird? The 28-year-old girlfriend.
I'm gonna just put it like this. If you're going to have that girl walking around campus and walking around practice and making decisions with you, she's the same age as some of your players.
Right.
Like, how can I respect this? I'm trying to respect you as a coach because you're a freaking legend. You're a Hall of Fame coach. You coach Psycho T, Tom Brady himself. I used to dream about being a part of this dynasty, but seeing you date this girl who is my age and we see 1,000 of her in our world of business, I'm losing a little bit of respect for you when it comes to your command of the football team.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm glad I asked you that. All right, coming up next, Sports Graffiti. You can come at us with any of this stuff, or you can go off the board. 877-710-3776. Open the phones, Em. 877-710-3776. Your chance to sound off next. Sua in for Mace. I'm John Ireland, Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Is that Kershaw? That is Kershaw.
Oh, my God, Kershaw's here.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
If we can get Kersh here, that would be fantastic.
Look at the size of him.
That's your job.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Kershaw is a horse. Look at my man is big.
Hey, Kersh, if you want to come hang out with us, you're more than welcome to come.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're really stuck.
I'm going to try
and convince him.
Don't go bugging. Leave him alone.
There's certain guys that I don't like geek out over a lot of people. Like I've met LeBron, I've met Shaq, I've met a lot of people. Kersh is like a big deal to me. I love that man right there.
You don't want to like ruin it by be like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah, wait for the moment. Wait for your moment.
No.
Yeah.
I'd walk up to him and say hi.
Oh, we'll be that guy.
I appreciate you.
Dude, don't do the Chris Farley. Hey, remember when you were on the Dodgers?
Oh my God.
remember when you were on the Dodgers?
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 8th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. Your heart works hard for you every day. That's why taking care of it should be a year-round priority. Providence brings together some of the brightest minds in cardiac care, keeping you in the game with expert care, advanced treatments, and compassionate support right here in Southern California. Whether you're looking to be more active, make healthier choices, or stay on top of routine screenings, small steps can make a meaningful difference in your long-term health. Providence is here to support healthier hearts in every community. Learn more at providence.org/SoCalHeart.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com. That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights, there was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a 1-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, it's Sports Graffiti time. 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And, of course, on Sports Graffiti, we take your calls. And if you're calling into 877-710-ESPN and you're calling into LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA, you're calling in on the Hard Rock Hotline. The Hard Rock Hotline Made possible by Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Bringing you Sports Graffiti today.
Experience gaming, dining, and live entertainment at the easiest drive from downtown L.A. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You get to talk to Mason and Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason and Ireland. Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Sua Craven's nice enough to fill in on a night where there are 6 NFL preseason games. By the way, we got lines open. All you people that the other day, somebody was in the chat saying, Emily, John, why don't you ever take my call? I call in and I sit on hold. Well, today's your day. If you're one of these people who says you can never get through, multiple lines open, 877-710-3776. That's the number, 877-710-3776. If you've always wanted to be on Sports Graffiti, you couldn't get through, today's your day. Call now. Sua, tonight is the Field of Dreams game.
Yeah.
On Netflix. Still rain in the forecast, Em?
Let me double check.
Okay, so maybe raining. But will you check that out, or will you watch one of the NFL games? Will you watch Dodgers-Brewers, which is a great game? What do you think?
I'll check out the first quarter of the preseason
Charger game? Yeah.
And then switch over to the Field of Dreams, because I just love that Field of Dreams
Yeah,
setup.
I actually like it.
So
I wonder
dope.
if I, as a player, if I'd want to play in it, because it's a one-off. You have to fly into Iowa.
And the rules are different for some.
There's no ABS. You can't appeal calls, or would I just want to be in my regular routine?
Nah,
I'm
I
like
wanna
you.
be
I'm a
part of
type A. I'd like staying in my routine. But would you?
I want to be a part of it just
Yeah.
because it's cool. They wear different jerseys. It's a whole thing. It's a part of history, you know.
Fox always did a great. I think this might be the first year Netflix is doing it. Fox always did a great job with kind of the pageantry of the game.
Yeah.
I know.
I love the cornfield.
That Kevin Costner is scheduled to be part of the telecast tonight.
I mean, you gotta play if Kevin's there.
Yeah, so it all may work out. Here is Victor in Newport Beach. Hey, Victor, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Yeah, guys, thank you for having me,
Sure.
John and Sua. Wanted to talk about the Freddie Freeman fall.
Yeah.
You and it's ironic. You're talking about probably the nicest guy in baseball, too. But you look at a lot of games and you see the opposing team, if a player's running over there, first baseman, whatever, and he's on the edge, they stand there. They don't touch him. They don't get involved. They don't catch the ball for him, but they stand there to make sure the guy doesn't break his neck. Now, in saying that, I agree with you, John, but in this situation, Freddie was by the camera well, away from the players. They could have maybe ran over there, but they did after.
No,
So
the guys, Victor, that I was mad at was the staffers for the Royals. There were 3 of them that were sitting in the stairwell, and they were watching. And you saw them go to Freddie as soon as he fell. How hard would it have been for those 3 guys to do exactly what you're suggesting? Just go stand there so he didn't fall down the stairs. I thought they could have done that.
You see, you see it all the time. But then again, you're talking to Sua, who's in a violent sport. Football's violent, so yeah, of course he's going to think, don't touch him, don't help him, don't look at him. Football's a different game.
All right, thanks for the call. And Sue, I respect your opinion because you played pro sports and I didn't. You're just in a competitive situation. You're not helping your opponent.
No, I'm not helping you, bro. I'm not hoping you get hurt. I'm just not helping you.
Yeah, and I think there's a clear distinction there. Here is Solomon, Lake Balboa. Hey, Solomon, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, guys. I got to respond. I don't know if you caught the article or not by Plasky.
I did.
Oh, my God. Another doom and gloom. The sky is falling, blah, blah, blah. Many of his arguments are absolutely not true, or at least suspicious. I'm going to hit on a few of them if you don't mind.
Sure.
First, he made kind of a smurf remark about their money. Kushner and Iger. Like Mark Walter didn't have any money, Guggenheimer's worth $387 billion. So stop talking about multi-billionaires owning the Lakers. Number 2, well, they don't have much experience or they don't have much success. Guggenheim had 0 experience before buying the Dodgers. How did that work out? So finally, I think there's absolutely no reason that the 2 owners, I said it the other day, can't go on and have much success with the with the Lakers. And like I say, plastic just really set me off. It irritates me. I didn't like all that gloom and doom.
Well, thank you, Solomon, for the phone call. And let me let you guys all in on a little secret. It is Bill's job to do exactly what he did to Solomon, to irritate him, to provoke him. Bill is a columnist. He wants to take a strong opinion. I disagree with probably 70% of Bill's takes, but I know him, and I think he's really good at his job. Mason and I play the same game. We say stuff on the radio to provoke a response. We are making arguments and having discussions, and if you haven't kind of figured this out yet, we often take opposite sides intentionally. So to provoke you guys into thinking and calling, like this Freddie Freeman thing's a good example. I would have helped Freeman. Sua would not have helped Freeman.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But that doesn't...
Sue and I are going to debate topics for the next 2 hours, and a lot of times we're going to have different opinions. That's what we want to provoke a response out of you guys. But Bill's doing his job.
But I think when people hear that, the average fan goes, so you're just saying anything to get me to listen. No, that's not true. I can believe in my opinion that's going to provoke you regardless, and there is an opposing view that might agree with yours. Either way, you're listening.
It is our job, my job, Mason's job, Emily's job, to provoke a response out of the listeners. We want to make you guys think about things, react to things, say things. That's what Bill Plaschke is doing.
Yeah, I believe in all of my sports takes, but I know that if I deliver it a certain way, we might get more phone calls.
Right. Here is George in West Covina. Hey, George, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Yes. I just want to say that the sale to the Trump-Kushner family, even though Trump's not named in the sale, is a horrible idea for California, for the people of Los Angeles. We have such good diversity here in Los Angeles, and that administration, the Trump administration, the department was on the Dodgers owner, Mark Walter, and threatening federal prosecution, having to do with the financing, how he obtained the Lakers. And now it seems like it's like a pay-to-play, like, hey, you're not going to get prosecuted and go to jail. You just got to give up the team. And I think it's a sad day in history for the city of Los Angeles to let people like the Trump administration take over one of the most glorious franchises in NBA history.
George.
And
I tried to explain this point yesterday. Josh Kushner is a Democrat. Him and Trump don't get along. Jared Kushner, his older brother, is the one who worked in the Trump administration. So you guys keep connecting these dots. Now, am I saying blood is thicker than water and that Jared or Josh and President Trump might have something cooking? Possible, but I'm just telling you, Josh Kushner is a lifelong Democrat. This Trump argument, it has leaks in the boat.
I wouldn't say his hands are completely clean of the Trump argument because in Trump's first term, he still has a 20% stake in the family real estate business, which went from $1 billion to $3 billion within the first 2 years of Trump's.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't do business together. I'm saying that Josh has never voted for Trump and doesn't like him.
Yes, but I cannot like somebody and also do business with you because my money comes first, and he benefited off of some of those policies.
And because you stand on business.
And because I stand on business.
Here's Fred in Boyle Heights. Hey, Fred, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Love the show. I love the Dodgers, the Lakers, but football season is here, and I go by a couple of things. I bleed black and gold because I'm a Steeler fan. I think blue because of the Dodgers. I love my wife and my family. That's what I go through. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for calling. That apparently just had something you wanted to get out
there.
I
like that. I like that.
I would like to make this proclamation. I love my wife, my kids, the Dodgers, and not football.
Curious the order, though. Where does the wife and the football all line up?
Let's go to Zach in L.A. Hey, Zach, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
So So I want to start this by saying I run a baseball team in the Pioneer Baseball League that's named after a corporation. We're a traveling team. We travel all season. We don't have a home field. And so my question to you guys is, do you think there will soon come a day where corporations, they already do, but will own a team outright where the team is named after the corporation, much like they do in Japan?
This is a good question. This is a good question, Zach. What you're describing, by the way, is the premise of the movie Money or Rollerball. Remember Rollerball with James Caan? You probably don't. You're too young. They redid it with Chris Klein 20 years later, but that was back when corporations owned sport teams. The closest I think it ever came is when Disney owned the Anaheim hockey franchise, and they named it the Mighty Ducks after the movie. And that was the big. But will we ever see, like, we're rooting for the, I don't know, the Blue Ice Lakers?
No, I
don't think so. I don't think you can go that far.
No, when you're dealing with, because these organizations, they provide a service or they provide stuff to you. The players are the entertainment. You're not providing the players. You're buying and drafting these guys. So I don't think you can get these corporations involved with the human element of sports, because business never, ever considers the human element of anything.
Yeah, you're right. Fred in Rancho Santa Margarita. Hey, Fred, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
I have an idea about the Jonathan Kuminga signing.
Yeah.
Have the Lakers ever considered a 3-year contract with him? The first year would be at any price the Lakers could afford. Years 2 and 3 would be totally at an option to Kuminga, and use figures like 24 and 28 million. Plus, provide an insurance policy for maybe like $100 million for the first year in case he were to get injured. That would satisfy his money and also satisfy the salary cap.
The reason it wouldn't work, Fred, reason you can't give Jonathan Kuminga $100 million is you would pay so much in luxury tax for being into the stratosphere that, and matter of fact, in the NBA, I don't even think you can do it. I don't think you can. You're only allowed to go over the cap to sign your own players. Yeah, Kuminga, they can. And by the way, if they do a sign and trade, they have to do a 3-year deal. You can't sign and trade somebody in a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
But they could, to Fred's point, they could get creative. They could do some things.
I mean, the Clippers got creative.
I don't know if, well, you know what's very interesting? If they sue it, that's interesting you went there. If they don't throw the book at Kawhi and the Clippers, why wouldn't other teams do it?
You just showed me it's not illegal.
Right. If
there's no penalty for it.
Yeah, you're setting a new precedent.
I'll just hire somebody to be the fall man, and then when we get caught up, I'll fire that employee and say I had no idea.
Hey, John, do you have that schedule in front of you still?
Lakers schedule?
Yeah. Do you know when the Lakers play the Raptors, and do we think Kawhi Leonard will be on that team at that point in time?
They play the Raptors in Toronto. Let me make sure they don't play them before then in L.A. They play them in Toronto on January 3rd, and they play them. Oh, they actually do play in the second week of the season, on November 1st. Toronto is here on a Sunday night.
So
will Kawhi be in that game? That's a good question.
I was like, Sua, do you want to make a mythical money bet on if Kawhi will be playing in that game?
Let's do lunch.
Okay, we can do lunch.
Okay.
But do you think he is or not?
I think he will play in that game, and I want Medicino Farms sandwich.
Okay, I think he will not be.
All right, coming up next, is tipping culture out of control in this country? At least one NBA player is convinced of it.
Yes.
We got that story coming at you next. Mason in Ireland, Sua Cravens in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Pechanga Resort Casino is rewarding you on another level with Pechanga's SoCal Tier Status Match program. Bring in a rewards card from one of 21 eligible Southern California casinos for exclusive benefits. Earn more at Pechanga Resort Casino with SoCal's best Tier Status Match. Qualified members have a chance to win $25,000 club dollars. Pechanga's limited-time tier match program ends December 31st, and match statuses remain valid through January 31st next year. Offer open to new and existing Pechanga Rewards members. Visit Pechanga Rewards for details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an Audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an Audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
Payoff pitch to Rojas.
Hey, this is Miguel Roth from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It's back. It's on its way. Out of here. Miguel Rojas.
You're listening to Mason and Ireland Show.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
Did you guys notice that 20 years ago today was when we were graced with the announcement that Taylor Swift would be premiering her debut album? She did it on MySpace, actually. She typed up the whole thing, and she said, my album's going to be released. And this song came out on this day in 2012.
Oh, man.
And how many days before you purchased it?
Oh, immediately. I was definitely went to that Starbucks, had some Taylor Swift, went to Target.
You had the entire streets of Marietta going ham, the pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah, we were like sophomores in high school.
Brown Ugg boots with jeans and Taylor Swift. I remember that. It was
key millennial white girl era. It was all that.
Okay, so as you guys know, I was in Italy earlier this summer, and they don't really tip over there. Whatever the price is, you just kind of pay the price.
Do they work the tip into the price?
I guess so.
Yeah. And the assumption, too, is that they pay their workers a living wage, or at least not what we pay our service workers without tips.
Yeah, Mason's in Spain. I think he's going to run into the same thing. Michael Porter Jr., who won a title with the Denver Nuggets, the forward, good shooter, good player, now plays for the Nets. In a recent interview, he questioned tipping culture in the United States. This was last week. He said, if you're spending $3,000 on a meal, you shouldn't have to tip $600, 20%. Uber Eats is another thing. If Uber Eats order is $250, why are you still tipping 20% when they're doing the same amount of work as if you ordered a $20 meal? They're just bringing the meal to you. I would say tipping culture is out of control to me, but I'm a bad tipper. I ain't going to lie. I kind of pride myself in being a good tipper because I used to work as a bartender and as a waiter. But Sua, does he have a point? Is tipping culture out of control?
Toxic as hell. Yes, it is out of control. You have people that believe they should get a tip simply because they showed up for work that day. And I get the place you chose to work for is not paying you a livable wage, which is wrong. America has a very bad problem with
record profits from corporations and income and wages for the regular man's remaining the exact same.
Stagnant.
I get it. However, don't attack me, who's also going through what you're going through in my own job. Like, if I'm a regular Joe and I'm making the same 9 to 5 and doing the same struggle as you, I'm sorry that you work in service and you have to be in front of more people every day and deal with attitudes and emotions and all that. However, I'm not the man. I'm not the corporation you're mad at, nor should I have to pay double what the meal is worth to appease the worker. That's not my job.
Now, this is why I disagree. But, well, you go first, Em.
I was going to say, I disagree with his premise that you're doing the same thing if you ordered a $20 meal and if you ordered a $250 meal. So let's just take a DoorDash, for example. So if you DoorDash $20.
I DoorDashed last night.
And it's from Taco Bell, it's $20. That's different amount of food this person has to bring to you than if you imagine $250 worth of Taco Bell. That is for a party. So that is for, I have to make 4 runs from my car because I have all this food here that I'm bringing to you. It is more work on the worker to get that much money.
I tip. I'm a good tipper. I tip sometimes when I shouldn't. Even when I pick up food, I'll go pick up food and they still, the screen's going to leave an option and they do the little look away. Like, you know what option it's going to leave. Who am I tipping at this point if I picked it up?
See, that's sometimes where I get an issue too. So if it's like a pooled tip that's getting tipped to, like, let me say at my coffee shop, I tip 20% on the iPad. Does it immediately go to the baristas? I don't know. As opposed to when I give cash, I know that that's going to the baristas.
See, and to me, again, I'm fine with tipping, especially if somebody does. If you do a good job, if I go to a restaurant and you do a good job, like, hey man, every time my drink was halfway down, it was top. I didn't have to tell you my order twice. You didn't mess up my order. It was timely. I'm gonna tip you 20 to 25% naturally. It's when I got here, drink was low for about 20 minutes before you filled it up. Yeah, I asked for onion rings. You brought me fries, and you caught an attitude when I said, hey, I wanted fries, or I wanted onion rings. You caught an attitude, took forever to bring them back. My food's cold, and then food wasn't even that good, and you're looking at me, rolling your eyes when you don't get the tip you want. Yeah, you're lucky I didn't put 0. I still tip those kind of people, but I'm not tipping you 20%.
All right, Emily, am I right about this? Restaurant workers get taxed on tips even if I don't tip, right?
I actually believe that recently changed with President Trump, but it's not just, you're not tipping just the waiter. You're tipping the hostess
busboy
and the busboy, people that are working in the back. Everybody gets tipped out based off of the waiter's tips.
So it depends on the situation. Like, here's my pet peeve, Sua, and the audience is sick of me talking about it, but I'm gonna do it until they pry the microphone out of my hand, which could be next week. You never know. New owners.
Budget cuts.
The situation determines the tip. For example, I stay in a lot of really nice hotels because of my Laker job. A lot of Four Seasons, a lot of Ritz-Carltons. I always tip the cleaning staff. If I spend...
They should get the biggest tip.
If I spend 2 nights there, I normally tip them about $10 a day.
Yeah.
I used to be $5 a day, but, inflation. Here's why. Most of those people are the lowest paid people at a hotel. And a lot of those...
Doing the dirtiest jobs.
And a lot of those women are like working 2 jobs. They got a family, blah, blah, blah. So many people check out of hotels and don't leave anything. I've talked to a lot of these workers. They say most people don't tip.
I've got a graphic story that I want to tell.
So that's a situation where if you're staying in a hotel, someone is cleaning that room and it's the lowest paid person at the...
You should
leave
tip that person.
what you can.
Yeah.
What's your story?
Okay. So, first of all, if I don't have cash and I'm staying there at a room...
Wait, who are you? Like my wife? My
I
wife
don't
never
carry
cares cash.
I don't like
Either
cash.
does my wife. Either does Lisa Ireland.
Baby.
You are kindred spirit.
But he's also a germaphobe.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not touching money. Loose change, ill.
You and Michael Thompson.
If my maid had freaking Venmo, I'd be like, hey, come here. Let me just...
Right. So how do you handle this?
But
if you agree with my position, how do you tip the cleaning staff?
If I don't have cash to tip, I will clean. I'll take every towel I used. I'll take the sheets off the bed. I'll fold it to where they don't have to touch it, and I'll put it nice and neat outside my door. Because I'm like, I don't want you looking at me like I'm a freaking slob when I come back to my room. However, when I was playing in the NFL, I had a few friends with me on the road in New York. I had a suite.
Most young players do.
I had a suite in New York, and we went out. We had fun. We brought people back. Little, horizontal wrestling took place with my friends in a different room.
Yeah.
When I came out in the morning, their guests were gone, but the mess they made and what the instruments and stuff they used were all
need to be
over
cleaned.
the place.
Yeah.
Like
right.
A lot of disgusting things. And my friend was adamant, like, they're going to clean it. I'm not touching that. And I told my friend, if you think you're going to leave this hotel room that has my name on it,
Good for
looking
you.
like this, not only you got to catch my fade, in other words, not only am I going to whoop your ass, I will never speak to you again because you were raised better than that. And he thought about it, weighed his options, and then reluctantly cleaned the room and didn't talk to me for 4 months after that.
Yeah.
But I was like, the indecency to think somebody else's mom should pick up your used you-know-what, you are outrageous, and you're so disrespectful for that.
But so tipping culture in some areas is out of control. Like in New York, I go to New York a lot. Everybody's got their hand out in New York. Like the guy standing outside the door who motions the cab driver to pull forward 100 feet is looking for a tip.
Hey!
Yeah.
You see me?
So I keep a lot of fives on me for situations like that. But in restaurants, the only way I've never not left a tip. And to be completely honest with you, and you're probably in the same boat because you and I are about the same level of fame. You're a little more.
Oh, stop it.
You're a little more famous
You're
than
way
me.
up there, brother.
Well, now maybe, but you're back in the day when you were like All-American. You're at the NFL draft.
Okay.
If you and I don't tip in a world that runs on social media, it's coming back to bite us. Like people will say, I was around Sua Cravens, I was around John Ireland, and they walked out without leaving a tip.
Tipper.
Yeah, and I don't want that. So, so part of it is guilt. But on the other half is people that are lower paid, that are just trying to make their way in the world. Like, Emily, you were a waitress once, weren't you?
Never a waitress. I did work at Chick-fil-A.
Okay, so like,
but we don't get tips.
Yeah, really?
Not allowed to take tips as a fast food worker, or at least, we could. People would try to give it to us. We weren't allowed to take it.
So tip when you can, people. I disagree with Michael Porter's basic premise. All right, coming up next, Greg Bergman will be in here for our Boys in Blue report. We'll get his opinion on the Freddie Freeman thing, on the Dodgers being stupid with challenges. That's all coming up next. Sue in for Mace, Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
But first, it's your time to call. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Call 877-710-ESPN right now, and caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets. And get this, I would love to join you for this because this is an awesome giveaway. It's for Arsenal versus Coventry City at Cosm on Friday, August 21st at noon. Experience every goal, save, and big moment in Cosm's immersive shared reality environment. For more info and tickets, visit Cosm.com, only with ESPN LA.
Summer is sizzling and the August deals are at Northridge or Wonders Toyota. It's Bethel Durant, and I love my Camry Hybrid. And right now, you can lease a 2026 Camry SE Hybrid CVT for $359 a month or 36 months plus tax. $359 for a new Camry Hybrid? Come on now. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Camry model 2561 with total SRP of $33,808. Lease and purchase amount of $21,964. $29.99 due at signing. Includes first month payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required. Unapproved credit, tax, title, license, or extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 8/31/2026.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Best show on the radio, and it's all I listen to all day, and every day I can't wait to listen to you guys.
That is so nice.
So nice, you man.
Mason and Ireland.
These guys are a whole bunch of fools.
Back to the guys.
All right, today it is Sua and Ireland, as Sua Cravens and Sua and Greg Bergman are laughing uncontrollably. I don't know if I can get the train back on the track here.
Right. We'll try to get it in a minute.
Welcome, Greg. Are you allowed to tell us why you guys are? Sua might fall out of his chair. Is it radio repeatable?
No.
Not even close. All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my God. I'm cramping, bro.
Mason and I always say, if we had the YouTube feed on during the breaks, it would get big-time ratings, but, Greg, we would all be fired.
God, well, actually, I've been talking to Carlo about something along these lines, actually.
I would quit.
No. It wouldn't be in the breaks. It wouldn't be in the breaks. It would be something, but basically.
By the way, I wouldn't quit. You would have to fire me.
No, I think I would have to. But a lot of people around here. Just like having a little Big Brother type experience within ESPN LA. So like in my office, in Tommy's office, and maybe in Chris's office. Actually, not Chris's office. Maybe like in the bullpen.
I don't want to know what goes on.
Nobody steps in Chris's. No, having like cameras in there, so like when we're not on, you can kind of move around the office and see what everybody's doing. I don't think it's going to be possible, but we're talking about it.
Okay, Greg.
God, I'm crying.
For people that were not listening earlier, there was a play in the Dodger game last night that I've been waiting to talk to you about since you are the host of the Blue Review along with our buddy Marcus Grant. Every morning you guys talk Dodgers. I am 100% sure this came up this morning, and it's in regards to this play. Here's Steven Nelson on Sportsnet LA.
And a neck. Collins skies it right side. Freddie Freeman's underneath it on the warning track toward the net. The dugout, look out! Freddie takes a tumble into the camera well on the first base side.
Terrifying.
All right,
Terrifying.
so here's, for people who couldn't figure out what happened, fly foul down the first base line. The first base dugout last night was occupied by the Kansas City Royals. Freddie Freeman drifting over to catch it, looking up at the ball. No one from the Royals tried to break his fall. And I thought, Greg, that was Bush League, particularly from a team that's in last place and not going anywhere. Sua, who's the only one in the room who played professional sports, understood it completely. He said, I am competing to win. I am never helping my opponent. Freddie luckily appears to not be seriously injured, although we do not know his status for the Milwaukee game tonight, which is a big game. Where do you come down on the Freddie Freeman play?
So I was just a little disappointed that they didn't say anything. I don't think you can go over there and brace his fall or anything like that. And I understand both of your points and everyone's point in all of this that you're not supposed to say anything. When a guy is walking into a space when it's an open space and he's looking straight up in the air, saying, "Hey, no railing, no railing," at least like telling him, "Hey, there's no railing." I think they should have done that. I get. What Freddie was doing was
can I interrupt you right there? Even though it's his home ballpark and he should know whether or not there's a railing?
So he should. So if you watch the play again, it looks like he thinks there's a railing there. So he's trying to lean on the railing, but there's no railing to lean on, so he falls. So I think he just thought he was about 5-6 inches to the left where there was a railing. I think when you're in that situation, I think it's just health. And this could absolutely destroy his career. It could end his career right in that moment. What he falls on, it breaks an ankle, breaks an arm, lands face first at the on a stair. Something could happen. So I would say the same thing if somebody was going to do that on the Dodgers side too. I think and when it happens to be something of your health, that you should at least try and say something because everyone's watching the play.
So you have
sweep the leg.
Yeah, sweep the leg, right? So
it's different. It's different than football. I know your whole point, but it's different.
Yeah. So Greg, you and I have the same position here. Sue is on the other side.
Yeah.
The YouTube chat is coming at me. Johnny Buckets says, Ireland, get your eyes checked. No one from the Royals could have helped him. Not true, Johnny Buckets. There are 3 staffers. Watch the play again. There are 3 staffers from the Royals who stood there and to Sue's point, Emily made this point earlier, they could have stepped up onto the steps and said, hey, if he's about to fall, we could at least catch him. Maybe you don't go that far.
Right.
But to do nothing,
I think saying
you really
something.
want to see a guy get hurt that way? You want to do a guy that way, especially a guy who's going to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I don't even care who it is. It could have been Alex Call that was doing that, and I would have said, hey, just say something. Just say there's no railing there. Hey, watch your step. No railing. Because then what happens at that point? You look down, and you look to see where you are, so you lose the ball.
Right.
He didn't catch the ball anyway, but then at least that stops him from tumbling over and possibly breaking something. I'm with you, John, and I completely understand the whole unwritten rule about not say anything, don't help the other team. I think in those moments when it's your health and your safety, I think that's more important.
Okay. Another issue that I don't understand, and you and Marcus have been talking about it all year, so explain it to me. Why do the Dodgers exhaust their challenges in the first 5 innings? They did it again last night. By the end of the 4th inning, both challenges gone.
Right.
If I'm Dave Roberts, I say to everybody, unless it's the 3rd strike or ball 4, and Greg, there is a runner in scoring position, shut up and keep your challenge. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy at all. And actually, Dave has been saying that he's thinking about banning certain players. He's telling people to be aware of their challenges. He's having the
Andy
conversation.
Pages from doing any of
I knew
that.
it was coming.
1,000%. He should never be allowed to challenge again. This is 3 games in a row that they've lost both challenges, and Andy Pages was a part of that one.
Didn't
every
Alex
single
Call
one.
earlier this season do
was
one
terrible.
and 2 on the same at bat and missed them both?
Missed them both, and he lost them in the first inning. So Andy
yeah, that makes zero
right,
sense.
right.
That's like using your NBA challenge in the first 15 seconds.
It was the most ridiculous thing ever. And this is usually, by the way, this one that happened, it usually happens this way. This just tells me that Andy Pages does not understand the strike zone. He does not know where it is because over and over again, this isn't something where it's just like on the edge. You know how sometimes you see just like a seam hits the side and you're like, oh, that's a strike. This is the full ball inside the zone. Like it's not even a question of whether or not that was a strike. And he's constantly wrong. He's the worst on the team. He's challenged, I think, 25 times. 14 of them are wrong.
G-Money. If he had those Prada glasses you're rocking, maybe he could see the
or
strike
the
zone
Max
a little
Muncy
better.
glasses Emily brought up earlier.
Sure, yeah. Do that. Wear the glasses. It's not a vanity thing. Just wear the glasses. Understand the strike zone. Stop calling and wasting challenges.
I would have fun with it. I would say if you blow 2 challenges like Andy Pages or Alex Call, you're banned for until I give you a green light. You can't use them anymore.
Okay, Ohtani goes 3 straight games of missing on the challenge.
All right, I'm going to say this as clearly as I can say it in a moment of pure honesty.
You're not bad.
Shohei Ohtani plays by a completely different set of rules than everyone else on the Dodgers. If like earlier, Greg, people were coming at you and Marcus saying, move him out of the leadoff spot. They were coming at him saying, don't let him pitch and hit on the same day. Whatever Shohei says he wants to do, he's going to do. And that's his right as the best player in the league.
Absolutely. 100% that's right. But by the way, he doesn't challenge very often at all. There's a lot of times. I don't really know how well he knows the strike zone. He's only challenged, I think, 9 times. He's 4 and 5. So he's missed 5 times.
He's 50%.
He's just under 50%. 50. It's close, but he doesn't challenge very often because there's times where it's a ball and he just walks off. He gets struck out. It's a ball and he walks off. And I'm like, challenge that. Tap, do something. But he doesn't like to do it. I think that's just not within his – and unless it's obligatory, it's way off the plate, I don't think he's going to do it.
Is tonight's game, Milwaukee at the Dodgers, I know it wouldn't break down like this record-wise at the moment.
No,
but
they're
is
1 game back.
Is this, in your opinion, a preview of the NLCS?
Yeah, I think this is who you're going to see in the NLCS. It's just like it was last year. But I've thought that before. Remember when the Cubs in 2016, they beat the Dodgers in the NLCS? I said that's you're going to see that over and over again. It's going to be Cubs and Dodgers for the next 5 years. Cubs never got back.
All right, so tonight, Greg, Field of Dreams game on Netflix.
Yeah.
Raiders preseason opener. Yeah. Chargers preseason opener. Dodgers Brewers. You only have one TV. Where's it going?
It's going to the Dodgers and the Brewers.
By the way, you've got time works in your favor. Those other games start more like 5-ish, and the Dodgers and Brewers start at 7. So you're going to get to watch a little bit of everything.
I just want to see a little bit of Fernando Mendoza. I think they start at 4. So I'm going to watch a little bit of Fernando Mendoza so I can see what he looks like. And then I'm full focus on the Dodgers, and I don't care a single iota about the Chargers. I will watch 0 of the Chargers.
Do you care?
And also, it's preseason. Who
Do
cares?
either one of you guys, Sua or Greg, Sua, you first, care about the Field of Dreams game?
No.
Yes.
You're going to check.
Oh, really?
You're
I like the
check it out.
pageantry. I like the pageantry of it.
Yeah, they're gonna have they're gonna have Costner on there. Netflix hasn't proven to be great at sports, but I mean, we better get used to it because they're going to start getting more NFL games, more Major League Baseball. And Netflix is going to increase their sports presence, and we can yell at the moon and say they're not a sports company, but we got to get used to it because they're doing it.
That's their model. They take something that someone else is doing and try to do it better, and then change their model whenever they
and then eventually do it worse.
And then after a little while, yes, but they start off better.
Well, except the difference. Do you guys agree with this? The difference between Amazon doing sports and Netflix doing sports is Amazon appears to have hired sports people.
Right. It doesn't seem like Netflix has done that.
Yeah, Netflix seems to Will Ferrell has a new series on
that
Netflix.
Looks so bad.
Let's put him in the booth. It just seems weird to me.
No, but they're gonna have a Super Bowl at some point. Like that's going to happen at one point.
Right. I've asked this question to Mason, but you two weren't here when I asked it, so I'll ask you. Jacob Mizorowski pitches against. He's probably going to win the Cy Young Award
Saturday, I think.
Saturday night for the Dodgers for the Brewers against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Robleski's on the mound, I believe.
Mizorowski throws 105 miles an hour over 50 times a game. I mean, it's not like he hit the gun once. Over 50 pitches. So if he throws 100 pitches, half the time it's north of 105. Greg, in 5 years, in 10 years, is somebody going to 110?
I mean, that's the way that it's going. I mean, how fast was Nolan Ryan pitching when he
99.
was at 99?
Hit 100 a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple times. Now,
but not like this.
No. So now, in 10 years, probably not. But I think at some point, and in our lifetime, probably more
evolution.
At some point, me and you, Sue, in our lifetime, because I want to be younger, like where you're at.
Well, you're not like me. I'm on the back.
I'm like in the middle. I'm about to be 43.
Reminder: Sue and I are the same age.
Yes. You too.
Easy now. Easy now.
Within the room.
To do.
Just within the room. And think about the people in the back. Yeah. Yes, at some point it's going to get up to 110.
Mason and I are just trying to get to the 19th hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually they'll get up to that. If they can get up to 105, it'll eventually get to 106, and it'll just keep moving itself up probably in the next 20 years.
Yeah. How do you see the Dodger series going? Split, sweep, 3-1?
I would love to see a 3-1 for the Dodgers, but I think it's a split. I think Yamamoto will win, and I believe Skubal will win.
By the way, our social media gurus, shout out Carlos Saisu, put up a poll. Are the Royals responsible in any way for Freddie's safety? And Greg, only 31% of the poll is with us.
I'm surprised.
69% of people. Did you get beat up a little on Blue Review?
I did. I got beat up a little bit on the morning show, the Morales morning show today. Yeah. Just because I was saying that I blame them fully. Like, it's not their responsibility, but I do think it's their responsibility to say something in that moment.
I think
I would want the Dodgers.
Doing nothing to me is a little weak. But Sue, you say that's what you would have done, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. What can they do right there?
Just say something. Be like, hey, there's no railing. And so then that makes them look down and they, then you don't fall off.
He's somewhat new because he started tiptoeing as he got closer to the railing.
Again, he thought he was going to hit a railing and lean against the railing, but there was no railing to lean against.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Thank you, Greg. By the way, shout out to Evan Krieger in the YouTube chat.
Yes, sir.
Evan says, what happened to Freddie Freeman is Frank McCourt's fault. I agree, Evan. Greg, who brings us the Boys in Blue report?
Well, as always, it's brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Dajone, which is, as you know, the best place to cheer on your favorite team. The easiest drive from downtown LA. It's a straight shot. If you're down here in downtown, just take the straight shot, go to 110 to the 5, boom, you're there. Check it out. Check them out on their socials for details. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Coming up next, do you need to respect a rivalry when you're the new head coach, even if you've had nothing to do with it? We'll get into that. Sue in for Mace. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
How are you? It's Dr. Robert Clapper. Guess what? The Weekend Warriors Show is back Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA, thanks to Cedars-Sinai. Cedars-Sinai is a global leader in orthopedics, offering a range of solutions in all orthopedic subspecialties to get you back to doing the things you love. Don't miss the Weekend Warriors Show with me, Dr. Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Mike, you've been around a lot of teams, and what you've built at Rotolo Chevrolet, it just feels different.
Travis, I appreciate that. It all starts with believing in our people. If you empower them, they'll do right by the customer.
And that's where the culture comes from.
Exactly. We don't just sell cars. We focus on giving customers what they want and making it a great experience.
That's why people like me keep coming back. I've been here 3 times.
That's the win for us. I get to keep seeing you. Long-term relationships, not just transactions.
Rotolo Chevrolet, #1 for a reason.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
And it is your Thursday afternoon, Mason in Ireland. Sua Cravens sitting in for Mace today. And by the way, Saturday, Rams preseason game #1. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. You will hear the one and only Sua Cravens and producer Emily as part of the Rams broadcast team this season. It begins Saturday, 11 a.m. Preseason game 1, the Rams and the Chiefs. Right here on your home of Rams football, ESPN LA. Now, more of Sua along with Johnny I, John Ireland. Mason in Ireland rolls on your Thursday on ESPN LA.
The new coach at Michigan is getting heat.
So as a Big Ten Media Day, so it's a little late on this, but he was asked about Ohio State, because obviously it's the biggest rival, and he was just not as, I don't know, adamant as people wanted to believe. So, Wilbert, why don't you play Kyle Whittingham talking about this?
I don't know what that dynamic was. I know it's... I thought Ryan was a pretty good guy when I met with him, or not met with him, but interacted with him in the Rose Bowl. And based on what, again, Urban has told me about it, I just think that a rivalry can be intense and emotional without the hatred factor. I don't think there's any place for that personally. I think Ryan Day's a good person. And to sit here and say, I hate Ryan Day, I'd be making crap up, because that's not true.
I don't know if we truly understand what the Ohio State-Michigan means to them, because they do the whole thing where they take all the M's away in Ohio, right?
Urban Meyer would not say the word Michigan when he was the coach at Ohio State, and I think he still won't say it.
Right. It's like in their lifeblood to hate each other. And to have it just feels like Whittingham doesn't know what he's talking about, or at least doesn't know the right points to say when asked about this. I feel like if I was a fan of Michigan, I'd be like, what the heck, bro?
I think Kyle is older and I don't care. I think Kyle was at Utah for 20-something years. He was in the battle for the Bible with BYU and Utah every year. And if y'all have never been to Utah during that week of that game, it gets crazy. And those fans feel just as passionate as Ohio State and Michigan fans. And before y'all start misconstruing my words and saying, Sua just said the BYU-Utah rivalry is this equivalent. No, I didn't. I'm just pointing out that Kyle is well aware of how passionate fans are on rivalry week, especially when it comes to those type of rivals. I think Kyle's just to the point where he's like, and I heard him in another interview, he said, does me hating Ohio State more make us play better? Because if that's the case, I'll hate them as much as you want me to hate them. I just don't get what this has to do with X's and O's.
All right, so tell me if you understand my thinking here or if I'm just an idiot. When I was at UCLA, I wanted USC to win every game until they played us so we could wreck their season.
Yeah, that's great.
But I'm guessing you, as a USC player, wanted UCLA to lose every week.
See, no,
right?
I didn't want you guys to win every week. I just didn't mind if you won because the higher you were ranked, the better the rivalry game would be.
Right.
So, me, I was more in it for the purists of college football. I want them to be good so that it's not an expectation for us to win. It just feels better that way.
That game, that USC-UCLA game, as a fan, when I was a UCLA student, meant more to me than the rest of the season. For example, when I was there, my freshman year, we had this kicker named Norm Johnson, and this dude had just a bionic leg. You would walk by the practice field, and his leg was so strong that you would get hit by stray footballs because he would kick it completely out of the practice
field. Wasn't there a
field.
movie based on something like that? A guy had a foot where he'd kick it 90 yards.
This guy ended up playing in the NFL. His dad played in the NFL. Through a weird story, his dad taught driver's ed at my high school, and I had him a couple times. But Norm was automatic.
Yeah.
All right, best kicker in the country. Went on to kick for the Seahawks.
Even the Groza?
Had a long, probably. He was unbelievable. So we're playing USC my freshman year. And USC's up 22-21. And we're moving down the field. There's a minute to go. And we're moving. And I said, if we get even near the 35, Norm Johnson's going to break their hearts. And we start moving the ball. And we get to the 25. So he's got
game's over.
Yeah, he's got a 42-yarder to win it. Maybe a little longer. Might have been 48. And all the USC, it's in the Coliseum. All the USC, that was back when UCLA and USC both played in the Coliseum, and so it was half
50-50,
red, half blue.
50-50.
Insane. And it was back when and I wish they would bring this back. Maybe they did bring it back. I can't remember. But, both teams wore home jerseys, so UCLA was in blue, and USC was in cardinal and gold. And I'm so confident that we've got this game. I'm just sitting there with my hands folded, watching all the USC fans, with their two fingers in the air, fight on. I go, these people are about to get hit with a bucket of cold water. I can't believe they don't know what I know.
Yeah.
And USC had a defensive lineman named George Achika. And Achika busts through the line and blocks the field goal.
Yeah.
Final score, SC 22, UCLA 21. The two fingers are up in the air. They start playing Conquest, and I look like somebody had just shot my dog.
A chica got them chicas.
Now, after that, we got them 3 more times. So I got 3 out of the 4. Were you able? I can't remember. UCLA went on a run.
I'm 1 and 2 against them, but you're as good as your last.
Yeah, well, UCLA went on a run where they won 8 years in a row, and you could not bring it up to a USC person without them getting mad.
Yeah.
But for USC, you have multiple rival games. You have the UCLA
Notre
game,
Dame,
you have the Notre Dame
Stanford,
game,
Utah.
Everybody
kinda.
thinks USC is their rival. So I don't. necessarily have an issue with. I wanted to get to this piece of sound from Kevin Clark from ESPN before we get to Fast Track. Clark has a theory as to why the Rams might not run through the NFL like everyone is predicting. Listen to this.
I have concern whenever there's a veteran-heavy roster, right? I mean, we've seen this the last couple of years with the 49ers, where you have a bunch of guys on second and third contracts, and even though they're 28, 29, 30, that's not old in life, but it's old in the NFL. You guys know that. And so I texted, the first time I picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl was in the spring, and I texted somebody there, and I said, just making sure I have my bases covered. Is there any way you guys don't win the Super Bowl? And they said, well, first of all, older quarterback, older roster. Sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes it just takes 3 or 4 hamstrings, and all of a sudden things start trending down. So, yeah, I get concerned when I see a Myles Garrett sitting out of practice. Okay, let's just make sure he's older in his career. He's on the veteran contract. Puka Nacua is a younger guy. He hasn't gotten that mega extension, but he's obviously being held out. So when I see one of the reasons super teams don't work in the NFL sometimes is because it's a bunch of veterans you've heard of. And oftentimes when you get a bunch of those guys, I don't pick at the Rams to win the Super Bowl. I love them. But I still think that when you have a bunch of old guys, relatively speaking, it can backfire.
So the age of the Rams roster, something or nothing?
Nothing. You need veterans to win. You need veterans to win. And it's not like these are veterans besides Stafford. It's not, and Devontae, it's not like these are veterans. Oh, they're limping out. They got about 2 more years left. That's not the case. Myles Garrett is going to play another 8 years minimum and lead the NFL in sacks for 5 of those 8 years.
Right.
Devontae Adams probably, if they win the Super Bowl, would walk off with that, but probably 1 or 2 more years. But they have hungry guys. They have veterans, but they have guys who have been punched in the mouth.
Their defense is young.
And want to come back. So the thing is, their defense was the youngest defense in the NFL before this season when they added Myles Garrett and they added. But Trent McDuffie's only like 27.
Their defense is young. Their receivers outside of Devontae are young. Their running backs are young. Stafford is and Devontae are the outliers. I don't know why I would be concerned about the vets on the Rams.
I think someone's saying that there are too many vets on the Rams. Just don't understand that vets doesn't necessarily mean old.
No.
Trent McDuffie probably has almost as much postseason experience as almost anybody in the league, but he's a young guy. He's only like 27, 26?
Yeah.
He's young. Matthew Stafford, yes, is on the older side. And Devontae Adams. But everybody else, they are young and they want it. They want it bad, and they've tasted how close you can get to it.
I love the Rams roster. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. But part of me, Sua, wants to make sure, both with the Dodgers and the Rams, that fans enjoy the season, like enjoy the journey. It seems like we're setting up both the Dodgers and the Rams that if they don't win the whole thing, it's a miserable failure.
Yeah.
But the games are fun. Enjoy the season.
The games are fun. And
like this series tonight with the Dodgers is going to be great.
Let's not take dominance for granted either. Like, a lot of these teams, they'll go 14 wins in the NFL. They'll go 14 wins, and if they come up short, this was a bus fire. The head coach, like I think Sirianni, the head coach of the Eagles, is on the hot seat every single year.
I put him on the hot seat.
No matter how far the Eagles go into the playoffs, it's like he's on the hot seat no matter what, because fans are like championship or bust, and I think that's a toxic way to view it.
My issue is that with Sirianni, it's more about his offensive coordinator than it is him, because every time they have
another new one this year
have a
too.
subpar offensive coordinator is when they fail. When they have a great one is when they succeed, and it's more about their offensive coordinator than his leadership.
Okay, before we get to Fast Track, I got to tell you guys a story. So, Sua, Emily house sat for me last week, and you notice that in my backyard, I have a jacuzzi that I don't use very much. Mm-hmm. But it's there, and a guy comes once every couple of weeks to clean it out because it's under a tree and a bunch of leaves get in it. So he comes up to me yesterday, shout out Chris Dugan, and he says, man, I heard you talking about Life Source water on the radio. And he goes, I'm somebody that cleans pools, so I'm outside all day. And he goes, I've been putting lotion on for 20 years. I switched to Life Source, so I got rid of the hard water in my house. He goes, I don't use lotion anymore. That's how much of a difference Life Source water has made. Here's what happens. I made the switch about a year ago. They come install Life Source, and it cleans and conditions the water from every tap in your house. So you're drinking, cooking, showering, and washing all with healthier water every single day. That's why, Sua, when I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance and suck on the tap because the water is clean. And Chris Morales does the same thing. We both got this done at the same time. LifeSource has been improving water for California families for decades. Here's how you get it. Call the California factory at 800-WATER-99, 800-WATER-99, or visit lifesourcewater.com. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply. 800-WATER-99 or lifesourcewater.com. Fast track.
710.
Next, ESPN LA. Sorry, Will.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Is it conceivable that one ultra-rich guy calls another ultra-rich guy and just says, hey, this may sound completely crazy. What would you think about selling the Lakers to us?
100% very possible. I think, if anything, it will be a similar outlook to what we had previously about these are guys that are going to be willing to spend in the margins, and they're going to do whatever's best for adding the stuff in the uncapped areas, front office, coaching staff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you're also led by a guy in Bob Iger. And look, maybe I'm biased because I've been around him a little bit. You know, he was the boss around here. But I know for a fact that he is a monster NBA fan. This is someone who truly loves the sport of basketball.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
You know, I've been in LA a long time, and when somebody asks me who to call after an accident, my answer is simple. Call attorney Big Al. That's my guy and my MVP for accident attorneys. Big Al's been helping people across California for over 15 years. And as an LA native and a huge sports fan, oh my God, can that guy go on hockey? Oh, he understands this community. If you're hurt in a car, truck, motorcycle, Uber, or Lyft accident, even if you're hit while walking or biking, you don't have to figure all this out on your own. I always tell people, call Big Al before you call the insurance company. He and his team will help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and fight for the compensation you may deserve. Big Al and his team are available 24/7. They never close. Consultations are free, and if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Just one call can make all the difference, my friend, so make sure you get this right. Call attorney Big Al right now. 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123.
Attorney Big Al's attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland.
All right, it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3 1/4 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plain manifold, open race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
No Mace today. Emily is in charge of Fast Track this week. Em, what do you got?
Before I get to my Fast Tracks, I want to give a little shout out. The Rams announced their 2026 TV broadcast team for the preseason games. It's going to be J.B. Long with former offensive lineman Rob Havenstein, and then Athletics Jordan Rodriguez, my good friend. So I'm happy for all of them to get the opportunity.
Yeah, that's great. Who's going to do radio? Do we know yet?
We've got the broadcast is going to be Cameron Irwin and MJD and DeMarco, I believe. And then our pre and post is going to be Sua and Marcus Grant.
Love it. All right, what do you got?
What I have is, this is a story from Matthew McConaughey. He was on the podcast called Happy, Sad, Confused. It's a great movie podcast if you have a chance to listen to it. But he was talking about a time in which he was in Mexico and he had a traffic stop and he used a name drop to help him get out of it. Here is Matthew McConaughey.
Wedding planner got me out of a major mess up in Mexico one time.
Give it to me before we go.
My pull in one late night, and I'm crossing the border going way down south, and I get pulled over, and it's one of those pullovers where they noticed me, gringo in the truck, a nice truck. This is that dress down, and I'm like, oh, geez, get the wallet out. Here we go. And it was going down, and then I brought up, you guys know Jennifer Lopez? I'm like, and I was like, ever see Wedding Planner? Like, and I was like, huh? Yeah, it was me. Like, oh, what the? And they went off, and then we ended up taking pictures together, and they let me go.
So have you guys ever name dropped to get yourself out of a sticky situation or into a sticky situation?
I don't think I've ever played the "Don't You Know Who I Am" card.
I would never play that card.
Mace has done this. So Mason one time was having trouble on a Delta flight. Like nobody was paying attention to him. So he tweeted, "Hey Delta, I'm Steve Mason and you need to tweet me back." And they did.
They did.
And it worked. But I wouldn't have been comfortable playing that card.
Chris tells me
have you ever used a name to get yourself into someplace, though?
Well, Mason and I last year when we wanted to go to Craig's in West Hollywood, we
So
talked
good,
about
by
it.
the way.
We talked about it on the air, and someone called and hooked us up. Does that count?
Does count.
To
All
get
right.
into Craig's?
Yeah.
Well, it must have been busy or some awards night or something.
Yeah, we couldn't get in. We called. We wanted to. He and Juan and me and Lisa wanted to go on like a Tuesday night, and we called. They said we're completely booked. And Mason goes, "Hey, Ireland and I want to go to Craig's tonight," and they say they're completely booked. Somebody hook us up.
And it worked.
And within an hour, somebody
That
said
honey crusted chicken at Craig's is amazing.
the chicken parmesan there is as good as it. The only place that has chicken parmesan comparable to Craig's, and it's actually even a little better, is my favorite restaurant in Manhattan Beach, Slay Steak and Fish House. That's another one you got to try if you've never tried it.
Emily, I've never done this. I never would. Chris says I need to learn how to use my celebrity privileges better. But at a USC game, I was working. One of the Yellow Jackets tried to grab me and say I was not allowed on the field. And, somebody touching me already is a no-no. But I tried to give him a chance, and I said, bro, I truly do not want you to get fired. Please let go of me because you don't know who you're grabbing. And I guess that's a version of doing it. But
a little bit.
That actually, you were being nice. You were keeping him from getting in more trouble.
And he had an attitude like, oh, you think, big man? And I was like, look, bro, I'm going to keep walking. I suggest you don't touch me again. He didn't touch me again.
Or what you could have done there, which is a little bit of what we're talking about, but just I know you're just trying to do your job. Just ask somebody else who you're talking to, and then I think you'll get it.
Yeah,
Is that "Don't You Know Who I Am"?
It's a bit, but it's a way to get you want the "Don't You Know Who I Am" without saying those exact
I don't want to do that either. Just leave me alone, man. You saw the credential. Don't let this little position of power get you fired, bro. Because I don't want you to get fired, but you are messing with somebody that's going to get you fired if you keep doing this.
So I know there's a golfer from Canada, and he made like a 50-foot putt to win the Canadian Open. And another pro golfer from Canada was so excited that he ran out on the green to hug him. And the security guy just thought it was some fan running on the green, and he laid him out hard, like hit him hard. And this is on YouTube. You want to go look at it. And afterwards, I'm sure that security guard was reassigned to the snack bar, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but have you, ever used your ESPN credentials to get in somewhere?
No, I wish. I would get into every movie premiere if I could, but I have not.
Mason might be able. Mason's connected in the movie business. He might be able to get you in.
Maybe. All right, so here's my next fast track. We all know that the Raiders play their preseason game tonight, and we know that the Raiders quarterback room is probably the most clean-cut, wholesome it's ever been.
Yeah,
with
between
both
Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza. Yeah.
So Fernando was asked about avoiding the Las Vegas Strip by Mike Silver, and he said this as in quote, "It's like when you're a kid, you're trick-or-treating, and there's a haunted house. You're not trying to go over there." Do you think he has blinders on walking down the strip, hoping he doesn't see a pretty girl?
Oh.
What do you think Fernando's
Fernando's so
time in
sweet.
Vegas has been?
He's so sweet.
All right, I have one of my college buddies lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he swears to me, grew up in Vegas, went to high school there, lives there. He says, if you live in Vegas, after a certain point, you just stop gambling. He said, it's just not, you don't want to just give up your money like that. He said, it's too easy. So Mendoza may not even start. He may just be like, I'm going to live out in Henderson, or I'm going to live outside of the Strip, and I'm just going to go to the facility. And sure, I'll go to a show every once in a while, but I'm to the point now, Sue, where I go to Vegas every year with the Lakers. We always play a game. The Lakers consider Vegas part of their territory. And when we play there, the crowd is just filled with Lakers fans. I have not placed a bet in Vegas in probably 10 years. And when I was in college, I gambled all the time.
Really?
After a while, the allure of the Strip, what Emily is describing, just wore off. Do you believe Mendoza when he says he's not going over there?
Yeah, I mean, he's not the guy, not the type of guy to go over there in the first place. And I didn't have to move to Vegas to know I don't want to gamble. I've probably been to Vegas less than 5 times. I'm 31 years old, and I don't gamble or party, so it's not hard to stay away from the haunted house.
Did you ever hear the story about the time Alan Sleewa and I got taken to the hoop at a strip club? So, as a radio bit, we went to this place called the Peppermint Hippo.
Because Alan was there because of some Lakers stuff, right?
Yeah, and so it was during that Laker game. So after the Laker game was over, Sleewa and I hopped in an Uber, and we go to the Peppermint Hippo. And we're taking pictures with the out front, and we're talking to the girls. And we want stories, so we hang there for a while. And after a while, the girls, like the owners could not have been nicer. They're like, hey, those 2 guys are from ESPN Radio. Make sure they have fun. So a lot of girls were coming up to us. And we probably stayed for 45 minutes.
And you thought they were your best friends, right?
Of course. And at the end of the 45 minutes, they say to us, I go, okay, guys, we got to go. Thanks so much for your hospitality. They say to us, hey, I know you're not like buying a lap dance and you're not interested in hanging with us, but how about paying us for our time for the 45 minutes we just spent with you? And Sleewa and I look at each other, and we were exactly. And we went, all right, so I gave them each $100. What? I did.
What?
I felt bad.
Boy, you are tripping.
I know.
I would have hit him with a...
I felt bad.
You would take a sip of water just so you could do that.
They were so...
Yeah, exactly.
So they were so nice, and they were so hospitable.
You're nice because you're looking for something in return. You're not nice because you like me.
I got taken to the hoop at a strip club, and so did Slee.
That's what happens when you go to the Peppermint Hippo.
I should be honest. Slee gave me 100 too. So it was like I gave 100 from me, 100 from Slee, and we just said that we're going to buy our way out of this awkward situation.
Oh, y'all got to play. You know how many times they do that to people?
I like every night, and we were the latest victims, and we're idiots, and I completely own it. That I saw it coming, and I couldn't figure out a polite way to stiff them.
Well, you can be like me. I'm strong. I'm a Heisman Trophy in the strip club. I got a mean stiff arm.
Yeah.
Like
two feet down on business.
I'm telling you, I've gone to 2 strip clubs in my life, and both times, girls try to give me a dance, and I'm like, no, and they're insisting and think they can, dance, and I'm like, hey, stiff arm, no, thank you, I'm okay.
Let me ask you about something. So before we get to our next segment of Fast Track, the Patriots play tonight at home in Foxborough. They were one of the 8 NFL stadiums that converted to natural grass for the World Cup. After the World Cup ended, they ripped out the grass and put in artificial turf, but they didn't do it correctly. In order to meet NFL standards, you have to put a pad. You can't just lay the turf on top of concrete. You probably know about this.
It's like a rubber pad on the bottom.
Which makes, when you guys play on the field turf, and field turf is not the artificial turf from the 80s where it was just a piece of carpet. Field turf is blades of plastic grass. So they put the field turf in, and the NFL shows up and says, this isn't to our standards. You got to take it out. So they take it out. And instead of putting the real grass back in, they put turf in again. And afterwards, that story came out. And the players went to the Patriots and said, hey, guys, we want to play on natural grass. Just put the grass back in.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots said, it's our decision. We're going with the turf. And the people who cover the Patriots have drawn the conclusion that they would have put natural grass back in, but they want to hold this as a bargaining chip in the next CBA negotiations. In other words, they know the players are going to all ask for real grass, and they want to use it. They want to trade it for something. They're going to say, okay, we'll give you real grass, but you guys give us an 18th game.
Okay, so
Do
we'll
you
risk
believe
injury.
that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
We'll
I just
risk
thought
your
that's-
health and injury.
That's incredibly short-sighted and weird for a league that just
and
prints
bad
money.
faith negotiation.
Right, but do you believe it? Do you believe that that's what they're doing? That the reason they put the turf back in is simply because they don't want to give them grass and get nothing in return?
Yes, the NFL is petty like that 100%. Yes, they will
Boy,
do
that
stuff.
makes them look bad,
The
doesn't
N-
it?
These GMs do not care. Owners do not care. Owners would rather lose doing it their way instead of win doing it the players' way. They want full credit.
Sure seems like it in this case, doesn't it?
It's blatant. It's just a microcosm of how they think.
So when you watch the game tonight, if you check out the Patriots game, they're going to be playing on turf that was grass 2 weeks ago. And they ripped it out for no reason other than they want turf and the players don't.
How disrespectful is that? Because the argument is it's too expensive to maintain that grass. I'm sure it's more expensive to rip up your field 3 separate times in the span of 2 months.
Of course it is. Of course, it just seemed very short-sighted to me. All right, coming up next, more Fast Track. First, let me tell you about Globe Life. Globe Life is not only the official life insurance of the Lakers, but they're a company that is growing, and they're hiring. If you want to check out Globe Life, they're just looking for people who want to set their own schedule, build something of their own, and help families with what matters most. If you don't have any experience, no problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job. It's a shot at building a legacy on your own terms. If you're ready to get off the bench, get into the game, explore career opportunities at globelifecareers.com. That's globelifecareers.com. Globe Life, the official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
It is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
All right, if building a winning culture was a sport, Mike Capozio's got a championship banner hanging at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Well said, Travis. But it starts with the people. Believe in your team and they'll deliver every time.
And that's exactly what happens. Award-winning dealership, massive SoCal presence. So what's the secret, Mike?
No secret, Travis. No secret at all. Just do the right thing by your customers, give them what they want, make it easy, and stand behind it.
And that is how dynasties are built.
Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at RotoloChevy.com.
Call Jacob. Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
You already know how to count. You already know who to call. Simple counting pattern that lands on Jacob every time. 800-345-6789.
So basically, if you can count to 9, you can count on Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutosquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
Zoom, Em. What do you got?
All right, so I want you guys to picture in your mind, where were you guys in 2011?
I was... I had just gotten the Laker job, and I had just resumed doing the show with Mace at ESPN.
Sua, where were you in 2011?
I was in high school.
What grade?
11th grade.
Okay, so think about that. You were in 11th grade. John, you had just come back to the show. That is the last time that swimmer, Katie Ledecky, lost in a 1,500-meter race.
No way,
For
really?
15 years, she has been unbeaten in this one race. She won yesterday during this thing called the Pan-Pacific Games. International meet. It's not exactly Olympics, but it's a lot of Olympic swimmers will compete in it. Keila Ledecky is that dominant.
Jeez.
She has won the same event for 15 straight years. I just want to,
How old is she? Do you know?
She's 29 years old. I know it because I swam against her when we were in the same area. We swam against each other, and she kicked my ass. The thing, though, is...
You weren't the only one, Em.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You, John, say a lot of times what we do with our job is to talk about greatness in its moment.
When
it's hard to do.
While it's happening, yeah.
While it's happening. I just want to highlight every time Kaylee Ledecky continues to continue this streak that it is still going on. She is probably one of the most dominant female athletes in history, especially in this event. So shout out Kaylee Ledecky. That's my first fast track. My second fast track is that there's an article today or this week in ESPN talking about what the rookies in the NFL spent their first big checks on. So, it's anything from, CD funds to putting in savings to, exotic animals. I know, Sue, you love an exotic animal, to household goods and homes. What is the first thing you bought with, I'm not talking like the most money you've ever gotten, but your first check with a little something. What is the first thing you bought?
Admit it. Don't lie.
My first NFL check?
The first extravagant thing you bought. I'm sure you put some money away, but the first thing where you bought it and went...
I bought a G63.
Which is what?
Mercedes.
Okay.
AMG.
Makes sense.
Yeah, big body.
Nice.
How long did you keep it?
4 years.
That's pretty good.
I exchanged it for a GTR Black Edition.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm trying to think about what my most over-the-top extravagant. It might be the massage chair that you sampled last week. I mean, most people can't afford those things. They gave Mason and I a deal, so we both kind of went, okay.
What about think back when you first got your first job that was paying you a decent wage? The first time you got a check, did you buy anything crazy, or was it always just living within your means?
No,
even
I would spend it on vacations.
Yeah.
Like I'd go to Hawaii and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the that was kind of I was pretty good about not being extravagant or over the top. Were you pretty good with money when you first joined the NFL?
Yeah. I took care of my family, so like a lot of my money, I was just taking care of my mom and dad, my brothers and sisters. And,
right.
But
do
I am
you
bougie.
come from a big family?
Yeah, I'm middle child of 5.
Okay.
But I'm bougie when it comes to vacations and hotel stays.
Me too.
So like if I'm on a trip or if I'm in a hotel, I'm staying at the Waldorf. I'm staying I'm staying at the Four Seasons. So that does cost a lot of money.
All right, Em, that's it for you in Fast Track, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here, a couple things I wanted to bring up with you, Sua. I'm going to play you a cut from Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys head coach. Most people are picking either the Rams or the Seahawks to go, maybe the Niners. Few people think the Niners, to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC this year. Brian Schottenheimer is just putting it out there. Here's Brian talking about what he expects out of the Cowboys this year.
When I took this job, the very first thing I said is we were trying to do two things: build the greatest culture in professional sports and win a world championship. But I want these guys to be comfortable talking that way. Everybody wants to do it, but not everybody says it. We're a confident football team. We feel like we will be in SoFi February 14, 2027, but we got to back that up.
All right, what do you think about him putting that out there before the season even starts?
I'd expect nothing less from the Cowboys. If it wasn't Jerry, it's going to be somebody that says something ridiculous. And if you want to put a target on your back and join the ranks of the Seahawks and Rams who can put a target on their back and then back it up, then by all means. Like, it's your year every year, apparently, if you're a boys fan. So, I don't expect anything less from the Cowboys. They're a big market. They like attention. And even if it's bad attention, they like it.
Okay, kind of the same idea. Ben Johnson, the Bears coach, has come out and said not only does he expect the Bears to win the division again this year, they won it last year.
Yeah.
But he thinks they can have the highest scoring offense in the history of the NFL. And he made a point of saying right now that belongs to the Denver Broncos in the 2013 season, but we're going to break that. We're going right for that record. I want shutouts and blowouts. When he has a third-year quarterback in Caleb Williams who's just coming into his own, didn't he just put a big target on Caleb's back?
Yeah, but I also think Coach Johnson, he's the type. He gets motivated, and he was very motivated when Detroit didn't bring him back, not bring him back when he wanted to be a head coach and he stayed in the division. He mentioned Detroit in his presser. He mentioned the division rivals in his presser when he took the job. So I think it fits the brand for him to call it out right now. We're gonna repeat, and we're gonna have the number one offense.
So you have no issue with either one of those proclamations. For the Cowboys coach saying we're going to be in the Super Bowl, and for the Bears coach saying not only are we going to win a lot, but we're going to break the all-time NFL scoring record.
Well, two different contexts here. The Cowboys have a lot to work on before they can even dream of a Super Bowl. Whereas for the Bears, well, you can argue if a few plays go right, if DJ Moore runs the right route, maybe the Bears advance in that playoff. So I think Ben Johnson's coming from a place of momentum and prove a little bit of a proven factor with his quarterback and his offense where he can repeat and win a division.
I won't hold you to this. I'll let you change it after you've seen a few games. But if you had to right now, pick the order of finish in that division in the NFC: Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions. Who wins?
Number 9.
Bears.
Bears repeat.
Bears repeat. Lions second. Packers third. Vikings fourth.
I actually think Kyler Murray might give, and I'm a big Kevin O'Connell fan, I think the Bears, I think the Lions are going to rebound. I think the Lions win it. The Bears finish second.
The Lions have the easiest schedule in the entire NFL.
It's their defense that concerns me. When you have an ultra-aggressive head coach.
Hurt, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Joseph was hurt. But when you have an ultra-aggressive head coach on defense and they love to play man, your defense has to be consistent week in and week out.
But they have those crazy weapons on offense.
Yeah,
I feel like it's hard to see them finishing last again.
All right. Coming up next, if you see me and you recognize me out in public, and I try and throw a water bottle in a trash can, and I miss, and then I don't pick the water bottle up, is that a big deal? One writer says it is around one professional athlete, and we'll share that story with you coming up next. First, let me tell you about Toyota. Toyota and the Lakers have been in business together for more than 50 years. As the official vehicle of the Lakers, Toyota is proud to be part of one of the great traditions in sports, connecting with fans who bring passion, pride, and that championship spirit every season. So whether you're heading to the game, taking the family on your next adventure, or simply enjoying everything Southern California has to offer, Toyota is there for the journey. If you want to see where Toyota SoCal is showing up next, follow at Toyota SoCal and stay connected to all the people, places, and moments that make Southern California unlike anywhere else. Toyota, we make it easy.
How are you? It's Dr. Robert Clapper. Guess what? The Weekend Warriors Show is back Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA, thanks to Cedar-Sinai. Cedar-Sinai is a global leader in orthopedics, offering a range of solutions in all orthopedic subspecialties to get you back to doing the things you love. Don't miss the Weekend Warriors Show with me, Dr. Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, Sedano here, and summer's here. Everyone's getting together. So why are you still living with those same old floors? Upgrade with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They've got millions of in-stock options, including Core-Tech, the original 100% waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof, luxury vinyl flooring in stock and can be installed in a few days. Visit the showroom next to the Commerce Casino off the 5 freeway or online at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no sale beats wholesale.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, Mason and Ireland, SUA in for Mace today. All right, this is a weird story, and I'm not sure it should be a story. I'm gonna put it to you. So you knew who Bryson DeChambeau is, right? You and I both love to golf. Yeah. Bryson is on the cutting edge of, he's keeping Liv alive literally by himself. Yeah. Maybe him and John Rahm.
Is he the one from a couple weeks ago that got in trouble because he moved some of the rocks around his
thing?
No,
he was purposely bettering his lie by destroying the foliage around his ball, which is illegal.
Yeah, and that was the right ruling. Yeah. So here's what happened. This is an ethical dilemma. DeChambeau was caught on video throwing a water bottle into a recycling bin, and he missed the bin. It hit the ground.
How much he missed by?
And it just kept walking. No, he just in and out. He rimmed it. Landed nearby. Okay. It bounced away and landed on the ground.
He saw it bounce away and land on the ground. Okay.
So a writer from Sports Illustrated did a whole column about this. And here is part of that column. Quote, here's the problem I have with that video. DeChambeau saw that he missed the recycling bin with his water bottle and noticed it bounced away and landed on the ground. He then made no attempt whatsoever to pick it up and properly throw it away. Golf is a gentleman's game. While sometimes it can lead to anger, he should have done the right thing and immediately scooped it up and tossed it in the trash. It's the respectful thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And it's what any adult should do when they put themselves in that situation. Really? This is the subject of a column? You write for Sports Illustrated and you decided to go down this road? What do you think?
I think that they are looking for reasons to have a problem with Bryson because they don't like Bryson because he's on Live.
Amen.
So anything he does will be magnified 1,000 times over. But two things can be true. I don't like when people litter. There's a difference between you thought it went in and you didn't look and it bounced out and it's like, oh, you didn't know, but like somebody's going to pick it up. But if you saw it and you missed it, that's why I asked, how bad did he miss? Because if you just completely whiffed 5 yards away from the can, you're like, whatever. Yeah, you're a terrible person. But if you're like,
are you? Are you
think
a
if
terrible person
Yeah,
if you throw a water bottle away and you miss? I mean, I don't like littering either.
The
but
little things matter.
I mean,
The
really,
little
do
things
that?
matter.
This matters?
If you can do something, as far as the profession goes, no, it doesn't matter. But as far as you as a person goes, if you can throw some recycling and miss by a mile and go, whatever, somebody else will pick it up, that tells me you're entitled.
I have a bottle of iced tea here that has a little left. I'll finish it.
If you
You have a bottle right there.
Yes.
Here's a trash can
Yes.
right here, okay? I missed. It's on the ground next to the
Yeah.
trash can. If I, be honest,
Yeah.
if I don't pick that up,
I'd be like, you're entitled.
and you would think less of me.
I would think you're entitled. I would think you're a person that believes that you don't have to clean up behind yourself. You don't wash your hands after you go number 2.
None of those things are true.
You're leading me on to believe you've given me an
Emily,
inkling.
You have a problem with me. What you just saw
This
me do.
is a Larry
I
David
threw-
Pirates booty
It is.
episode.
It is. It's a Curb Your
Curb Your
Enthusiasm
Enthusiasm.
episode. If I took a bottle, I threw it in that trash can, I missed. I'm on the air, so I don't leave the microphone to go pick it up, and I walk out. Do you think less of me?
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
I do because also Mason does this a lot. Where he'll
Does he really?
Well, in our meeting, he will finish his breakfast. He'll throw in the trash.
He'll
miss
miss.
a lot, and I give him a little look.
I'm the type of dude that at a
And
grocery
you think less
store.
of- Will
Tell him.
Flores, do you think less of me if I don't pick up that bottle right there and put it in the trash?
If you leave the studio, yes.
Thank you.
Because the thing
All right,
is,
hold on a
John,
s- hold on a second.
who's going to pick it up?
Oh, you're
It's
gonna
going to
pick-
be the person that's going to pick it up is going to be Emily.
Yes.
Or somebody who's working here.
Thank you. Thank you. You're such a great guy. No, it's the same as like people that
Really?
leave their.
That's all three of you?
It's the
If
same.
you don't
This
pick
is
it
a
up,
thing?
who's going to pick it up?
It's the same people that leave their shopping cart in the parking lot because I don't want to walk over there. I'm going to just leave this right here because I'm entitled and it's all about me and the world revolves around me.
By the way,
so I
Emily,
hope
the
somebody
answer
scratches your
to
car.
who's going to pick it up is Travis when he gets in here at 3 o'clock.
Right. Well, when Mason does it, I sometimes am the person that cleans it up
Okay.
eventually.
I tend to be the person who picks it up, but I don't think less of people who don't. Maybe I need to change my opinion.
Okay. Would you hawk a loogie in front of like a group of people that are eating?
I
would you go
try not? I would try not to.
The same principle. It's disgusting. And if you do that and think it's okay, you lead me on to believe that you probably are dirty at home, that you don't shower every day, that you just lay in bed with your work clothes and go to you're leading me on to believe this is who you are as a person.
Miguel Garcia from the YouTube chat. Ireland talking makes me think less of him.
Oh,
That's pretty good. But look at the YouTube chats with you guys.
Because they're sane,
Albert
normal
Soto,
humans.
Ireland's a dirtbag.
Scumbag.
Share Bear. J.I. doesn't care who picks up after him. Outside at a golf tournament in which he's playing, you guys want him to back up and go put the bottle in there?
Oh, man.
I'm just
I
saying-
hate people that finish a golf round and leave all their drinks and sleeves of balls and everything in the back for the person, the caddy, or the person that
Look
works
at
the
this.
course to clean
You're
it up.
right.
I can't
You're
stand
right.
that.
Albert Soto, John is something else, an elite bastard.
oh my gosh. Well,
I would argue that Albert Soto just hates me.
Yeah, I think he
And
doesn't
if
like
he hates
you.
you, he uses this. It's what Ramona
This
calls
is a justification.
confirmation
Yeah,
bias.
yeah, yes, it is.
I don't like Ireland, and now he litters. He doesn't throw stuff
Oh, yeah,
away.
that's a wrap.
Elite bastard.
Put a bow on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that I would write a article calling somebody out though. I just would definitely think in my head.
And that's why I said the only reason the article exists is because he's on Live. If he was
All
on
right.
the PGA Tour, that article wouldn't
All right, how about
exist.
this? Johnny Buckets says, I can get away with it if I yell Curry when I shoot it. Only if I make it.
Here? No, Kobe. You yell Kobe when you shoot a J.
The thing is, if you miss it, then you should call it something else. You should be
Shaq.
like,
yeah, Shaq at the
Shaq.
free throw.
Okay, so here, my buddy, shout out Scott Henry at the NFL Network. People who smoke and leave their cigarette butts in the road or sidewalks are entitled losers.
Yeah, I don't. Well, first of all, I don't like that you're smoking cigarettes to
Yeah.
begin with, but you're just gonna flick them out for a poor animal to sniff on
This
it. Or
has
let-
started
what
a
are you
debate
doing?
on the YouTube? Like most people are with you guys.
They're gonna say we're Californians and all that
Yeah.
good
If
stuff. No,
it's not biodegradable, do not leave it out there.
I'd rather you poop outside before littering like that.
Ugh.
I'd rather you give me something that can be decomposable outside in nature than you littering and choosing to leave it. That's ridiculous.
Boy, this is going to make me think twice about ever doing anything that even looks like littering. That is crazy. I thought this was a ridiculous article. Maybe it wasn't.
I mean, the article is ridiculous, a little extra, but the act is also ridiculous. Two things can be true.
All right, coming up next, Game of Games. It is Emily's Hebel's game. Do you want to preview it or surprise us?
It is a game about movie blockbusters. Which made more?
All right, who do you think is the favorite?
Ooh, I think that...
Do we know who the fourth player is yet?
Yes, Greg. I think it might be you.
Greg's pretty competitive.
No one is a clear
Greg loves
favorite.
to beat me.
No one's a clear favorite.
Okay, that's coming up next. Emily with Game of Games. Sua in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about one of my go-to spots, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. Whether you're grilling at home, hosting friends, or just stocking up for the week, Wild Fork makes it easy to find exactly what you need. They've got everything from everyday proteins and sides to over 40 types of grinds, plus a huge selection of seafood and even exotic meats to switch things up. What really stands out to me is the variety and consistency. It's the largest selection you'll find in one meat and seafood market with quality and trust at prices that make it easy to shop whenever you want. With 11 locations across SoCal and the easy option to order online for quick and convenient delivery, you're never too far from a great meal. Check them out at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers for your afternoon drive.
Mookie Betts, I missed. He was standing right in front of me, and I didn't know it was him.
Because he's a regular-sized person.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
he's not.
Smaller. That little guy hits the ball out of the park.
It's all the Messi.
I hit the ball out of the ballpark. I with a wiffle ball bat with one of those big red ones.
Oh, is that your Messi voice? Oh, I got somebody you can do that to. Yeah.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
You know, in sports, you got to have the right team in your corner. Same goes for after an accident. That's why when people ask me who do I call, it's easy. I tell them my guy, Attorney Big Al. Big Al and his team have been helping accident victims across California for more than 15 years. 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. They're available 24/7. 1-800-HURT-123, or check them out online at attorneybigalca.com. Attorney Big Al is Attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Red Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
And it is time on Mason and Ireland for the final segment. The final segment of the show, always Game of Games time, presented by the one and only Jacob Emrani.
Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And yes, that new telephone number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789.
Hi, this is Jacob Emrani.
Game of Games made possible by the law offices of Jacob Emrani. Let's do it. Game of Games time on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Sua filling in for Mace, and we welcome Greg Bergman back to the show. Greg always loves to compete in Game of Games because him and I are uber competitive.
I only want to beat you.
Yeah.
It's the only reason for me to play.
I only want to beat you.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
Song?
Only want to beat
The
you.
two people who, if I see him coming, I realize I got to lock in are Greg Bergman and Andy Kamenetsky. Who's saying wait?
Who do you even
want to be with?
Because Chris Berman is in that video.
Oh, yeah. Will Flores in for BC. Will's playing. So it's Will, Sua, Greg, and me. Emily Hebel's game. Em, what's the game?
The game is going to be which made more. I'm going to get blockbusters over the course of the last, 50 years?
Okay.
And which made more. Also, update on the scores for the month, just in case you're curious. Mason's in the lead. He has 3 wins this month, but he also is not really playing again this month. John, you got 2 wins. I have a win. Josh has a win, and Bunches has a win.
Okay.
So there we are.
So is that the others, or there are no others anymore?
It's no others. Like, the others are all competing individually.
Okay.
I don't have any wins?
But
You don't have any.
You could fix that today. All right, question 1, Em, go.
Which made more? Did Back to the Future make more, or Top Gun, the original?
Will.
Back to the Future.
Sua.
Back to the Future.
Greg.
Back to the Future.
Unanimous.
And you guys are all right. There'll be no lucky loser today.
Ooh.
And it was only by $30 million.
But it's like kids, a lot of...
That does not always help you in this game.
Uh-oh.
Which made more? Did Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, make more? Or did Ghost?
Sua.
Star Wars.
Greg.
God, I mean, the way that you're putting this,
It's so obvious, it feels like the
should
opposite.
be Star Wars. I'm going to say Ghost to say you're tricking
I'm
me.
with Greg. I think you're trying to trick us. I'm going Ghost. Will.
Star Wars.
It is Ghost
Yeah.
by
Yep.
almost $100
Yep.
million
Yep.
more.
Yeah,
See, this
Ghost
is
was
why
a
I
big
had a
limit.
feeling, though.
This
I
is
had a
why we
feeling.
win.
Yeah.
Play the player, not the game.
Okay.
All right.
Which made more? The Lion King or Jurassic Park?
Greg.
Just because you said that doesn't always help you in this game, I'm going to say Jurassic Park.
I'm also saying Jurassic Park. Will.
Jurassic Park.
Sua.
Lion King.
Jurassic Park.
Ah.
It's also, I believe, the highest earning Spielberg, but I could be wrong with that.
Okay, Greg 3, John 3, Will 2, Sua 1. Here we go.
This is why you don't win.
Yeah.
Which made more? Did Mission Impossible Episode 2, Mission Impossible 2,
That's a great movie.
or Shrek? Which made more?
Wow. This is you, John, right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Is this close?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really.
No, not really.
I'm going Shrek. Will.
Shrek.
Sua.
Shrek.
Yeah,
Greg.
I'm going Shrek also.
You guys are all wrong. It was Mission Impossible 2. Made almost $100 million more.
Yeah, $100 million more. Wow, we're all
Wow.
way off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
John
first
3,
Shrek
Greg
was
3,
kind of a
Will 2,
surprise.
Sua 1.
The first Shrek, you're right. It was a surprise.
Okay, a more recent one. Which made more? Top Gun Maverick or Oppenheimer?
Will.
I'm going with Top Gun Maverick.
Sua.
Top Gun.
Greg.
How many people went to that? That was such a big opening.
Oppenheimer.
I'm going to go Oppenheimer.
I'm also going to go Oppenheimer.
Well, you're wrong. Top Gun Maverick.
Let's go.
By
Let's
a
go.
lot, actually.
I think you were just trying to match me because she's like, oh, you don't want me to
By
get
the
a
way,
lead.
I don't really go to theaters anymore. Last time I was inside, Emily goes every week. Last time I was
I went
inside a
yesterday.
theater with you,
Yep, I
Top
was
Gun
there, yeah.
Maverick. All right. Okay, so it's really close now. Will, Greg, and John all have 3. Sua has 2. Here we go.
6 more. And by the way, I've gone to the movies twice this week.
Love
Which made more? The Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the 2002 Spider-Man,
The first
or
one?
Finding Nemo. And yes, the first one of those. So Spider-Man or Finding Nemo. And this one actually is kind of close.
Sua.
Ooh. Spider-Man.
Greg.
That Spider-Man, like, it kind of came out of nowhere. The Marvel movies weren't being done that much right then.
It wasn't technically a Marvel movie. It was a Sony
Oh, yeah,
movie.
it was a Sony movie, so that also happened.
No, Sony also
I'm
ruined
going
Hulk.
to say Finding Nemo.
I'm also going to say Finding Nemo. Will.
Spider-Man.
It was Finding Nemo by only $50 million.
Finding Nemo is almost a perfect movie, by the way.
Great movie.
All
right, Greg and John have the lead at 4. Will 3. Sua 2. Here we go.
Which made more? Was it The Dark Knight? Or was it the final Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Greg.
Oh, goodness. That Deathly Hallows Part 2 was so big. The Dark Knight. Wow. I'm going to say Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie, but I think that's got to be it. I'm going Deathly Hallows also. Will.
It was matching.
I'm going to go Dark Knight.
Sua?
I golfed with an exec from all the Batman movies yesterday, and he bragged about it a lot. So I'm going to go Dark Knight.
Yeah, you're bragging about it.
Well, The Dark Knight was Christopher Nolan's first billion-dollar movie. It is not the winner here. It was Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2 by $300 million.
I mean, that was such a huge
And it was the final
movie.
installment.
Yeah. People are waiting and waiting.
There
and
are
waiting.
4 more.
Okay, 4 more. John 5, Greg 5, Will 3, Sua 2. So, Sua, you got to start thinking about going opposite of Greg and I, or you're going to get knocked out.
I've been doing that, and I'm getting knocked out.
And quick story about Deathly Hallows Part 2. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, and I had to get dental surgery, and I arranged it, but it didn't happen where I missed the opening night. And I was really upset, and I let my mom know, and I'm sure she was super happy to hear that. Which made more? The Avengers, the first one, the first team-up movie where all there, or Toy Story 3, which made more?
Oh, that's
this
tough.
one's me.
And Toy Story 3 is the one where Andy goes to college.
Yeah, that was
I'm
a
going
really good one.
I'm going Toy Story 3. Greg.
Toy Story 3.
Will.
Avengers.
Sua.
Avengers.
It is The Avengers.
I could
things
have
getting
taken
tight.
a lead.
By $400 million.
Things getting tight. How many are left?
There are 3 left.
All right, Greg 5, John 5, Will 4, Sua 3.
I got to go on a run.
Okay, here we go.
Which made more? Pretty close. Barbie or Inside Out 2.
Ooh.
Greg.
You know this one?
I know this one.
Inside Out. God, first Inside Out was so good, but the second one was. I'm gonna go Barbie.
I'm also going Barbie. Will.
I'm going to go Barbie.
Inside Out.
It is Inside Out 2.
How did you know
$200
that?
million.
Why did you know that?
Because my daughters loved the first one, and they forced me to pull it up on YouTube. And then every time before the second movie come out, they'd be like, one of the highest grossing films in the last year.
All right, so listen to this. There are 2 left.
Yes.
I should have
All
thought
right,
about that.
so here's the score. This is a great game.
Yeah.
John 5, Greg 5, Will 4, Sua 4.
Oh, you're making a
Here
comeback.
we go.
Yeah.
Which made more? Minority Report or The Adventures of Tintin?
I've lost.
Wow.
I'm going Adventures of Tintin. Greg.
Do I take a shot because Minority Report was a huge movie?
Scared money
Tom
don't make money.
Cruise. How many are left?
2.
There's this one and one more.
This one and this
You're
one.
scared, go to Temple.
You can take the lead
I can't take the meat.
if you're right.
I think that because she's putting the Tintin in there for a reason.
That's
I'm
what I
going to
think.
go Tintin.
Okay, Will,
I'm going to go Tintin.
Sua.
You went Tintin?
I did.
I'm going opposite.
Well, you should have gone Tintin. It was the winner.
Oh, you're
All right.
out.
Pretty close.
You're out.
So that knocks Sua out.
God, I almost blew it.
Will, you are 1 back. Greg 6, John 6, Will 5. And here it is, the last question. And Greg, you go first.
I
Here
go
we
first,
go.
yeah.
Let's see if anybody's paid attention to me. What is the highest grossing movie of the year so far? The movie that made the most money this year.
In 2026?
In 2026.
Okay.
Was it The Odyssey, Spider-Man Brand New Day, or Michael?
Greg.
I don't even know what Michael is.
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Michael Jackson
Oh,
movie.
okay,
Come on,
okay.
Greg. It was on your morning show for forever.
It was. Did you talk about this during this segment?
I have talked about it at course of the show.
Course of the show. Okay, I
Not
did
today,
not. Okay. No, you've talked about it before. I am going to say so. It was Michael.
The Odyssey,
The Odyssey.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which is the wrong answer. That was dumb.
I'm going to go The Odyssey, which that leaves you with what?
I'm going with Michael.
You have to.
Okay.
Well, the winner is Greg Bergman. It was Spider-Man Brand New Day, even though it's only been out for 2 weekends.
That's
it
why
has surpassed
that's why I
The
picked it.
Odyssey.
It came out the last of those 3 movies. Way to go, Greg.
I always love beating John.
You
I
did
just
exactly
feel
what
Well,
you
you know
wanted
why?
to do.
You know why you love beating me? Because when I lose, a little piece of me dies.
Yeah, a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little death.
It happens
All
to
right,
me
did
too,
you,
John.
do
Don't
a,
worry.
did you do a tiebreak?
I
Em?
do.
All right, let's do the tie. Sue, you're back in. Let's do the tiebreak for fun.
Combined, how much money did The Odyssey, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Michael make? I will say it's more than $1 billion, but less than $6 billion.
Okay.
combined?
Yes.
All right, I've got a number.
I got one.
Sue, you got a number? Don't say it. Will, you got a number? What'd you go with, Will?
4.5 billion.
Sue?
That was my number. I guess I'll switch. 4.7.
Greg?
3.2573. 5.
I went 2.2 billion. What's the
I have
answer?
to do some math.
I said
What's the
4.7.
The answer is 3.84, and I think that leaves
It's
us
Greg.
with Greg,
Yeah.
but kind of by a hair because 4.5 was pretty close.
Yeah, 4.5 was really close. Oh,
Greg, good
double
day
up.
for you.
Yeah,
There you
good
go.
day. Look at that. Look at that.
Very
Come back and get a dub.
Because I brought you that gift. You're feeling good.
Oh, yeah, I got a Dodgers little carrying case. Or not Dodgers, it was
Raiders?
a Raiders
And
carrying
there's some
case.
stuff on the inside.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
How was the Excel?
It was really good Excel.
Now, here's a
That
dumb
was legit.
question.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to watch the non-local teams? Like the Raiders used to always be on Channel 5 or Channel 9. Or is the
Yeah.
Raider game on in L.A. tonight? Do we know?
I would assume it is. I can look it up really quick.
Yeah.
And while you look it up, I have something for our listeners.
Go for it, Em.
We're giving away another ticket to Cosm. So call 877-710-ESPN right now. 877-710-3776. Caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch Arsenal, my team, versus Coventry City at Cosm on Friday, August 21st at noon. Experience every goal, save, and big moment from Cosm's immersive shared reality environment. For more info and tickets, visit Cosm.com. Only with ESPN LA. Call in right now, 877-710-3776.
ESPN app.
No, I got good news.
Oh, do you?
The Las Vegas Raiders preseason game against the Arizona Cardinals is on KTLA 5 at 5 o'clock.
Perfect. That's even better.
So you're going to have a choice. You're going to have Raiders. You're going to have Chargers. You're going to have the Field of Dreams game. And you're going to have Dodgers Brewers, which is a great game. Who's
7
pitching
o'clock.
tonight, you know?
Tonight is Sasaki.
Who's pitching for them, do you know?
For them, it is Drohan.
Okay.
I don't
Sasaki's
know
actually
Drohan.
been pretty.
Shane Drohan.
Sasaki's actually been pretty good lately.
Yeah, he's figured something out. He's throwing the ball much harder. He's with more velocity. He's using his other pitches. All 3 of his pitches are starting to hit within the zone. He's looking very, very good recently. I really like this game tonight. I think Sasaki can pull this one off.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Congratulations on your victory. Coming up next, we'll do a
Appreciate
little
it.
super crosstalk. Marcus Grant's in for DeMarco and Travis. Where are they, Em? They're Greg, you know where they are.
Morongo. Good
Okay.
times.
All right, so we'll talk to them next. Get a little super crosstalk going. ESPN LA.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour. Weekdays starting at 2 p.m. Choose from 5-piece dumplings original or chili crisp or a spicy boom boom taco. Pair with your favorite premium beverage, including our new strawberry watermelon lemonade refresher. Both for just $5 only at Waba Grill.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's John Ireland. In all my years of covering sports, one thing is for certain. Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo! Super Crosstalk time. Travis Rogers and Marcus Grant joining us. Marcus, I want you to know I've offered to bet anybody mythical money that they cannot beat you in fantasy football. So you got to bring your A game.
Oh, or I could just tank this thing and side with the other.
Take
the other side.
Saddle me with a big loss.
There may be some Kalshi trading involved in some of that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, Trav, you at least last time I talked to you, you were hoping to attend the Oral Hershiser Star on the Walk of Fame ceremony. Did you end up going?
I did. I literally just rolled in here to Morongo about 25 minutes ago. I went out to the ceremony on Hollywood Boulevard earlier today. And finished that up, jumped in the car, and came out here to Morongo. It was fantastic. I was telling Marcus and Laura here a few minutes ago, I had such an incredible time. I really, truly did. It was an honor to get invited and asked to get to go, and I got to meet some really interesting people and talk with some people, and it was just a great day. And listening to Oral talk and everybody talk about Oral, it was a special afternoon. It really was.
All right, are you like me, Trav? That we're going to let some people behind the curtain here, but
sure.
I like every once in a while I'll wake up and I'll go, I can't believe I go on vacation with James Worthy and Eric Karros. If you would have told 12-year-old John Ireland that was possible, I would have said you're crazy. And when I watch this relationship between you and Oral that's kind of developed over the years, and it's so great when he comes on your show because you guys get along great, and he talks. I think he tells you stuff he doesn't tell other people. Would 12-year-old Travis Rogers be the same way?
I'm going to tell you the story I told on Sedano and Cap this morning.
Okay.
One of the very first dates that Susan and I, who we've now been, we were celebrating our 29th anniversary next month.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. One of the very first dates we went on together was Game 7 of the NLCS in 1988, and we sat out in the right field pavilion, and that was Oral Hershiser, who was in the middle of that incredible run.
One of the most dominant seasons in the history of baseball. Yeah.
No question about it. And I'm 17. We're sitting out there, and I'm watching my favorite team with one of my favorite players with this new girl that I'm crazy about. and we're sitting there, and they win the game. They advance to the World Series, and I'm just out of my mind. And to your point, Ireland, that if you would have said to me, hey, Trav, in about 40 years, you're going to be friends with that guy. Like, you're actually going to know him a little bit. You're going to be invited to things on his behalf, that you're going to get a chance to spend a little time with him, personal time, professional time. I would have thought you were out of your blanket mind. and yet here we are, and I got to do it today. And it's funny, the person that I sat next to at the ceremony, and you guys may remember this name, Dave Anderson, who was an infielder on that Dodger team. So Dave, I got a chance to meet him and talk with him, and I had exactly that moment that you're talking about, John, that what is happening right now? Why am I having this conversation with this person? And of course, he was the one that was supposed to hit, and they took him off the on-deck circle. Kirk Gibson goes in and hits that famous home run. So I got to hear that story from his point of view. It just was a great morning for sure.
It's funny that it reminds me one time there was a guy who played for the Chargers that went on to be a sportscaster in San Diego named Hank Bauer. And so when I was a TV sportscaster in San Diego, Bauer and I would run each other's stories. He goes, hey, he goes, after the show, he goes, you doing sports tonight? And I said, yeah. He goes, so am I. And we were both off at like 10:30. He goes, I'm meeting a buddy of mine at Bennigan's. If you want to come join. I go, yeah, I'll meet you there.
You
I don't even know if Bennigan's still exists.
I don't know, but I spent some time at Bennigan's myself, so I know what you're talking about.
So the show ends. I'm at my station in San Diego. Hank's at his station. And I get in the car, and I drive to Bennigan's, and I walk in, and Hank's already there, and he sticks his hand up in the corner, and I walk over to the table. And he's sitting there with Gary Carter, the Hall of Fame Mets catcher. Yeah. And I went, what? Trav, the exact same reaction you had. I'm drinking with Gary Carter. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
So did you ever have that moment at SC? Did when all the old Trojans come back? Yeah, I'm guessing you don't get starstruck too easily. Did it ever happen? Turn your mic on. Why can't I hear him?
I can't either.
Yeah.
Give us a second. We're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, not at USC, but I will say about a year ago, I played in a celebrity golf tournament at Monarch, and they didn't tell me who I was golfing with. They didn't say anything, and at this point, I'm just keeping my head low. I just want to go play the course for free. That's why I'm there.
Sure.
And they tell me go eat with my group, and they don't tell me who my group is. So then I sit at this table with these two good-looking men who look like they're on steroids, and like they're eating like 6 plates of food, and they're soft-spoken. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Sua. He's just like, Jose, nice to meet you. And I'm like, okay, didn't think much of it. A bunch of people keep coming up to Jose while we're eating, asking for pictures. He's like, not right now, I'm eating. So I'm like, Jose must be somebody. Somebody taps me on the shoulders like, you're eating freaking breakfast with Jose Canseco.
Who at the time was as big of a star as there was in
baseball. You're eating
baseball.
breakfast with Jose Canseco, and I almost choked on my food. I'm like, I knew this guy.
Well, let me jump into this since we only got a couple more minutes here. Marcus, I'll start with you. Sue and I have an honest disagreement, and most of the listening audience is siding with Sua. But, Marcus, I would imagine that the Freddie Freeman foul pop-up came up on the Blue Review today, did it not?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
yes.
So for people who are just joining, there was a guy up for the Royals. He popped up to first base. Freddie drifted over into foul territory to try and catch it. And he didn't catch it, but he did tumble down the stairs. And I thought that the Royals, I'm going to try and be honest here, there were no Royals players in the vicinity at that end of the dugout, but there were 2 or 3 Royals staffers that very easily could have either warned Freddie or broken his fall. They elected not to, and Freddie went tumbling down the stairs. Now, Marcus, you probably don't even know this yet. We just got word from Katie Wu that Freddie is in the lineup tonight against Milwaukee batting cleanup.
I did see that just a moment ago, yeah.
Okay, so that's the good news. Freddie was not hurt, but I thought he very easily could have been hurt. Marcus, I thought that was Bush League by a last-place team that's not going anywhere. The game meant nothing. I thought they should have either warned him or helped, broken his fall. Sua says, you're not a professional athlete, Ireland. You don't help the opponent. You can't criticize the Royals for this. Marcus, where do you come down on that play?
I think you're going to be happy. I think I'm more on your side of this, John. I think if there's a railing there, if there's a wall there, then you're on your own. I think when there's an open space there, because then you're talking about guys, really wrecking your season, potentially wrecking your career. The first thing I thought about, Travis, was remember all those years when Mo Vaughn was with the Angels,
yeah.
first month or whatever.
First inning of his first game.
I just remember he falls down the dugout steps and really was never quite the same guy again. And that
100%
was
right.
When I saw it, I was in the middle of texting the Blue Review text chat about something else, and I said, oh, bleep, when I saw it happen in real time. And my first thought was, oh, no, this is what happened to Mo Vaughn, and it pretty much wrecked his time with the Angels. Like I said, if it's a wall, if it's a railing, hey, you're on your own. You figure it out. I think in an open space like that, I just think, professional courtesy is sort of you help the guy out.
For those of you who don't know, Travis Rogers played baseball competitively. He was a pitcher at UC Santa Barbara. Trav, you're you two guys, you and Marcus are probably, along with Greg, the biggest baseball fans here. Trav, what did you think of that play?
I think that there's an understanding, and I kind of fall on suicide of this one, that if you are going to come into our dugout, you're on your own. And if we're going to go into your own team's dugout, we're here to catch you, to balance you, to all these things. That it's just kind of understood that if you are going over there, you are coming here, and it's every man for himself, that we are not here to help you. It's understood. I appreciate the point. I thought Oral made the point last night on the telecast with Steven Nelson that because Kansas City stinks, because Kansas City isn't really making a push for anything, that maybe that is one of those rare times where you could at least try to maybe brace his fall a little bit. And I understand that and can appreciate it, but I don't look at them as doing the wrong thing necessarily. I think maybe they chose not to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's fair. But I will say that, we did this in the first hour, and so people have been reacting to it throughout the show, including in Sports Graffiti, including in the YouTube chat. I'm a little surprised, but most people are with Sua. Yeah. Most people are like, Ireland, it is not the Royals' job, regardless of a player or staff,
sweep the leg,
to help the Dodgers. Sweep the leg is a good way of putting it. All right.
Ireland, let me ask you something real quick, because I know we're kind of up against it. Did Sua tell you a bunch of lies about his golf game yesterday again?
No, he told me his honest score. We haven't played together yet. I'm going to get him out to Mountain Gate. It's going to be pretty competitive. Do you have an index right now?
Yes, I'm a solid 12.
All right,
oh my God, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my entire life.
Trav, my index right now is high. It's 10.8.
Oh, you're beating me for sure.
No, so
John.
You're getting one stroke.
Yeah, I need it. I need it.
Look, let me
Trav,
just say.
I'm guessing you're at about a 5 if you're even keeping it.
Okay, I do not have an official index right now, so we can. That's that. Let me just tell you this, John. I've played golf with Sua 3 times.
Here goes this story.
And no, it's not a story. It's the truth. He's waxed me 3 times.
See,
okay?
I've played golf with Trav probably 5 times, Sua. The best I could ever do, I tied him once.
Look,
the other 4 times he's waxed
leaving
me.
out that I had a caddy at one of the times. The other times he woke up late.
So did I. No. This is he tries to keep finding reasons why him kicking my ass 3 times in a row isn't actually what happened, and that's exactly what happened.
So I'm not giving him a stroke, is what you're telling me, Trav.
Let me just tell you this. Having played with both of you guys on more than one occasion, John, you need, if you guys are going to play for something, whether that's a Coke or something else, you need at least 3 shots per 9.
Wait a minute. Sua, you shot 76 at Black Gold?
John, he shot 78 at Riviera.
There was a lot of gimmies. There was a lot of gimmies.
You sandbagging
effort. Greg,
yes.
Please defend me. You're agreeing?
John, you've played Riviera a handful of times, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
I've
the
never
fourth
broken
hole.
90. Well, no, I did one year. I shot 86, but that's the best I've ever done.
The 4th hole is I think it's like a 230-yard par 3 up that hill, right? That long, the one that Ben Hogan called the best par 3 in the history of golf.
I hit driver on a par 3 on that hole.
He hit a 7-iron off the flag.
I did hit the flag on that one.
With a 7-iron. Yeah, you're giving me strokes, you a-hole.
I love the humble admission that, I did hit the flag.
No, he is the best golfer at 710, and it is not close.
By the way, the 5 times I've played with Travis Sua, all 5 times he's beaten me, and I'm not exaggerating, Trav will admit it, with a crooked putter. His putter is crooked, and he's still beating my ass. All right, Travis and Marcus Grant are at Morongo. If you're in the area, go see him. DeMarco and Travis next. Sua, thank you for today. That was fun. ESPN LA.